Hey everybody. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? How are you? Welcome to Off Topic, episode number 199.
That's too many.
It's way too many. It's about 198 too many.
Shut it
down. Sponsors this week. Lovely sponsors. We've got Bespoke Post, Movement, and Me Undies. We've also got me, your host, Michael Jones. I'm back. Been away. We got Lindsay Jones.
Hello.
Alfredo Diaz. Is that how you pronounce it?
One way to say it.
Diaz?
Yeah.
Fred Diaz.
Fred Diaz.
Diaz.
Ryan.
Diaz the
Haywood. And Glabin Gree. Schmibblin Splee.
Yeah, you can't really
Dude.
intentionally mispronounce Haywood. It's pretty hard.
Oh, you
Yeah.
You can do inflections, but that's it. Like Haywood.
You could just be bad at talking.
Haywood.
Yeah, Haywood.
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 Haywood. We did a Let's Play the other day, and
Yep.
you named your character Fred.
Well, the big
name
thing,
for
yeah,
Fredo.
the big thing, like Trevor was like, "Hey, everybody, we're doing a Let's Play. Make sure you have
It was
your
a
name."
It's a Jackbox
trivia
game.
game. It was a
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
trivia game, and we were like, "Listen, there's enough confusion. Just put
Name
your own
yourself.
It wasn't a
name."
trivia game. It was a game.
Well-
It was specifically about making
As a-
sure you
yeah.
could identify who someone
Exactly.
was to say
Yeah.
something.
It was like,
Four
just think-
different times, someone was like, "Who's Fred?"
Who's Fred? And I was just like, "Come on!"
I was like, I typed it in and I was like, lol, this will confuse someone. It really won't.
Yeah, dude.
And then Ryan just
Got
goes,
him.
"Who's Fred?" And I was like,
I was like the third person to ask.
Yeah, I asked too.
I definitely wasn't.
We were like
ready.
Alfredo, and Ryan's like, "Who's Alfredo?"
Both of you
Yeah.
to assume that age
was like,
is
the
smart enough to
sauce?
figure that out.
"Is he new?"
Although that's who your Gears Xbox was addressed to, was Alfred.
Alfred.
Was it really?
Mhm.
I guess it
Really?
was cut off. The
Truncated the
Oh, well,
O.
that's
You know, there's a million different.
They had to
Al.
save money somewhere.
Fred.
It was on the O on the piece of paper.
No,
Yeah.
hey, ink costs money.
But if you become a butler, you're getting rid of that O.
Oh yeah,
You're Alfred.
I busted that baby open.
Easy.
I hooked it up at home. It's a real nice Xbox.
What's wrong with this one stool?
I don't know. You got a thing on your shirt too.
You put a piece of rice.
It is.
I just want to let you
Yeah,
know.
we've all
I
discussed
didn't-
I
you
love
didn't
how
have
he
to
ate it. That's
but
good.
you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You gotta eat every
Yeah.
last
Look, it
bit.
made it from
funny.
here to here.
That's safe.
What'd you have?
It's funny.
Did you ever figure out your?
Beef broccoli? It's mostly gone now.
headset?
That's
That's
just
like a
rice.
half day roll.
No.
Yeah,
No, that's pretty funny.
It didn't come in a box, so there's no instructions.
Did
in
it not? I couldn't
No.
remember.
It
Because
was just wrapped in bubble
so we
wrap.
It was
got-
bubble wrap.
We got Ryan and I got them too. People were very concerned about that. Whether we got.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Microsoft
Gears
care package.
They sent like an insane number of these giant crates that were all over social media, and they were filled with
beautiful.
They were
They're
filled
very
with so
well
many,
done.
and even the crates were nice, but like it was filled with it had an Xbox One and a copy of Gears 5. The Xbox One came with a controller. They sent an extra controller. There was like a Razer headset, and there was all kinds of stuff. So I took it home in pieces. And so I was like slowly hooking stuff up, and
I think the box is still here, right?
No, I got it. I took it out.
Oh, okay.
Mine, no, I finally took it home. It was like a 5-step process.
Why'd you take it in pieces?
Well, because like I kept meaning to take it
There's a
home.
picture.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's
Yeah.
half the comments were like disgusting floor, and they're right. So that was like all the stuff that they sent me, minus the cookies that Matt ate, and the Rockstar that Jeremy took but then didn't drink. It's in the fridge.
Hey,
I
that
still
wasn't
have it.
Matt. He didn't take
No,
it.
that was really funny because I forgot there was like a Gears branded package of Chips Ahoy, and it's the first thing I noticed that wasn't there because everybody on social media that posted theirs, people were like, "Did they send the cookies?" And it's like, yeah, they sent the cookies. People aren't just everyone getting this doesn't also have a box of Chips Ahoy just in the picture. So it's the first thing I noticed wasn't there, and I was like, "Who the?" When I posted it, actually, I went, "But here's a question: Who the f took my cookies?"
Lindsay,
And like there was a whole
I
conversation.
ate your food.
That's fine.
You ate her fucking
Yeah.
food?
If anyone's gonna eat my food and if
Wow,
you're okay,
how is it an accident?
Good.
Just
Yeah,
bite
it was
after
by
bite?
accident. I know. I just thought that was.
What was
Describe
it?
to me.
I thought it was Kung Pao, but apparently that was.
Well, she
orange
told you
chicken.
to eat Kung Pao.
Because it is. I
So it
just
was
don't know
Sarah's
how.
fault.
She's eating orange chicken.
She admitted to it.
I mean,
They all look the same.
orange chicken is just
What are you
Kung Pao
trying to
chicken
say?
What I'm
without the
trying to say
All
spice.
is,
chickens look the
Lindsay,
same
you
to
have
her.
two choices here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but you also,
Come on.
I told Sarah,
You have two choices.
but I told
It's
Sarah
the same show.
I didn't want anything and she ordered me something, so you could eat
You've got
that.
Michael's food
Yeah.
or you've got the Kung Pao.
Well, what's Michael's
Well, it's
food?
gotta be the
Beijing
Kung Pao.
beef. But I didn't want
Yeah,
it.
I'm so
Dude, these
sorry.
are good
Fine.
options.
It's good options.
I'm
It's
sorry.
just spicy
Yeah, I
version of
just-
the same
Jeremy-
thing.
You know.
If anyone's gonna eat
It's
my
already
food,
derailed.
Listen.
Yeah, it's
I
gone.
love you.
That's
All right,
I love you.
I'll see you guys later.
Jeremy, I said Jeremy's got two modes.
well, she's dead.
And I never summed it up better than I have
There's
this
no going
week.
back.
He's either fatting or he's fasting. And he's fasting right now. Which means like he eats everything, he drinks everything, or he's like totally opposite. Like he's going to the gym
No
6 days a
food.
week, doesn't eat shit, doesn't drink any beer. Like I've been drinking for him this week.
It's like green
Dude,
card, red card. It's
Yeah,
like one or the other.
you were drinking during a video and he wasn't.
Which one was that?
Madan.
Oh, yeah.
Even he was like, I'll pass, and I was like, I got one for you.
It's the literal definition of yo-yo dieting.
So,
Because-
it
Like,
works
why
for
do you
him,
want to?
though.
Why does he want to live that way?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I'd rather get a nice, like, I eat like shit, but also I don't get last year was too much.
You got a bit gutty, but that was about
That was it. That was like, I had to
But you
rein back
loved
from
your
that.
gut.
I loved it. I loved it. It wore on me, though.
I can
it weighed me down.
understand some of Jeremy's mentality, but only because of the way that I live. It's all like either all or nothing. They're extremes. There can't be a middle. So if I'm going in on a diet or working out, I'm like hard, or I'm like everything is worthless. Why even bother? Food.
Like for me right now, I'm like, I'll go to the gym 3 days a week, just so I can eat whatever I want. And that's the way I want to live my
I mean,
life.
I'll tell you this: you can't do that.
Yeah, I was like,
'Cause
no.
as I got fat, I was going to the gym 3 days a
Well,
week. You can't eat whatever you want.
My metabolism right now allows me to.
That
And
will last.
it's just maintain.
And
No,
also-
I know I
that.
won't. But for now,
that's how I got
that's
so
how I'm
fucking
living my
fat.
life.
I was like, dude, I've never been going to the gym like nonstop my whole life. I can eat whatever I want, and then I still gained like 40 pounds. So I was like, I guess I can.
You
eat
were
that.
tacking on mass.
I was tacking on way too much mass.
Were you
and
just
not
lifting
enough
though,
working
not
out.
doing like
Harvested?
running?
I fucking hate cardio. Yeah,
That was
exactly.
a dirty
That'd
fault.
be weird.
Yeah, so I was just like,
he was bulking.
Lifting weights is good for nothing calorie-wise.
no shit.
Yeah.
It's
like the
pointless.
5-minute treadmill. Don't say pointless. That's all I got. Okay.
I mean, that's all it does.
It's not pointless. But
All
if
it
your-
does
if
is
your
bulk.
goal is weight loss, then
Yeah.
yes.
Bulk is life.
Everyone in the chat
anyway,
says you look very young.
He
Today,
got
though.
nothing. What's that?
The chat says you look very young.
I look young
today.
because I'm not wearing glasses.
And you shaved your face.
Got the backwards cat.
Yeah, finally. So, Jeremy ordered
You have
nothing.
something on your nose too.
I have something on my nose.
Is it
There,
rice?
you got it. It looked like a tiny bit of rice, but it's gone now.
I
You got
didn't
it.
eat
Dang, Ryan's
No, it's
rice
still
got
there.
on your
That's it,
nose.
yeah.
Oh.
Yep,
What is it? I can only
it's
see
a
it when you
booger.
look this way.
Yeah, you can
Is it
only
a booger?
exfoliate so much. No, it's dead
Oh, is it
skin.
dead skin?
Yeah.
Scratch it off.
There it is.
Okay,
There you
thanks.
go.
Quick microdermabrasion.
I had a dead skin on me all stream today. Now I look like a fool. That's somebody called TMZ.
No, it might have died
Watch
right
out.
after this. Stream.
Oh, I hope so. Okay. But Jeremy told Sarah he wanted nothing for his order, and I went, Sarah, give me what Jeremy's having. And then she ordered me Beijing beef, and she was like, you didn't know Jeremy got nothing. And I was like, no, I knew. That's why
I can
said
see
it.
it. I can see it being worse for her if it went the other way.
It's
She
fine.
made the
Yeah.
safest.
She
move.
made the safe bet, but I knew what was happening around me.
You know what was awesome? That happened like 20 minutes ago.
What happened?
Freddie took a tumble.
Oh, I wasn't there for that. I missed it. I was
Oh,
here.
I don't know if that
Don't worry,
happened.
we got it on the
Freddie
camera.
just ate it.
Was it full on Scarlet?
It wasn't.
was-
No, he did not eat it.
He ate
He
it.
I
gracefully
fell.
rolled to the floor.
Yeah, it's all the weights next to Jeremy and Jeff's desk, and I was just rolling on one of the loose weights, and then I tripped and almost hit my head on, I guess, the other weights.
It was like you slipped on a banana.
Michael-
It happened right in front of me.
And
and
I was dead silent when it happened.
Yeah, let me ask you something, Michael. You're slipping on a weight, and you know you're going down. Do you make a noise? You're a little like, ah!
I mean, you might just like I wouldn't like voluntarily.
It might be
make
like,
a
oh,
noise.
shit.
I might be like,
Instinctive.
Yeah.
It was
This
right-
man didn't even make a
Yeah.
noise hitting the ground.
It was
Oh.
right in front of me. I just saw his torso just slam downwards, and silently,
Oh.
I started looking around for a defibrillator. I was like, he's had a heart attack. He's gone down.
It was
there would
dead
be, there would be
silent.
some noise escaping me, and then I would immediately call attention to it after I hit.
Oh, he didn't do that. He
That's the
was
only
like,
thing you can do.
I laid there and I was like,
You have to bring it up before someone
Before
else
someone else
does.
does, yeah.
Like I do in public.
Yeah.
If I'm walking down the street and I trip and there's a guy over there, I go, "Whoa, that was awful,"
No,
or
see,
something.
I
So
don't
the
even
right
think
move
that-
is.
Or I don't
Go
even
ahead.
talk about it. I just do the gymnast finish where I get up and I go, thank you.
Yeah.
So if you call attention to it first, it's better.
well, then you
So if you
own
own
up
up, be like,
to
I
it.
fell over. I fell over.
I don't know if it's better. I just feel
It's
I
the
have to do it.
comedian mentality. Like now
Yeah.
I'm making fun of the joke.
myself,
you guys
so,
come
yeah.
after.
I'm
even saying
inside on the
it's
joke.
funny, but I
Well,
leave
thing
my
is-
arms hanging up. I just want to look at the nearest person and go, "You see that? Did you see me almost eat shit?"
I fell and I was kind of looking towards like Michael and Jeff's desk, and I was like, no one saw, and I looked, and Gavin was just like,
I was like 1 foot
Fell
away
on
from you.
Gavin's
just
feet.
looking
basically.
on top of me. I was like, ah, fuck. But I saw myself falling, and so I was like, okay, block the weights with my hand, and then roll off with my elbow, and then I was on the ground.
Jeremy was also like a foot away
Smart.
on the other side, but because he's Jeremy, I assume he wouldn't have noticed the
He didn't
difference.
notice
playing
anything. He was
Borderlands,
playing-
did not look up.
He was fully engaged.
Didn't acknowledge you at all. If he
Nope.
looked left, you would just been your head.
Gavin would have been there with the defibrillator, like paramedics rolling in, and Jerry's just playing his
Your
game.
reaction to falling to in the silence aspect, is that mixed in with sports? Because I feel like it's a very sport mentality. Like, don't make a scene, don't say anything, just like get up and get
No,
cool.
man,
like,
sports you
watch
gotta
football.
make noise.
Well, it
Yeah,
depends.
what do you say? Have you seen soccer?
It depends.
Like,
If
if
it's
you
soccer,
get
it's
fake
like,
getting
ow!
fucking
different.
field.
Yeah.
He stabbed me with a knife!
Yeah.
Like,
Yelling
yeah.
is a form of
If
communication,
you're not
man.
dramatic.
It's crazy.
Remember when Zidane knocked that guy
crazy.
down with his forehead?
I know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
just because you showed it to me, and he was just like,
Dude,
Anything.
the flops
France
are
98,
crazy.
What
Even
we
the
just-
NBA.
people
If
are
anything,
wild.
what we witnessed there was Gmod paying off, where he was just like, "Well, I'm dead, so I gotta be
Oh, yeah,
quiet."
that's-
It was the dead to dead rules, and I was dead.
I have
Dude,
a friend, every time that they trip or something to try and cover that too, they just tell the person who saw them, like, sorry, first time in this body. And go like,
Hit him with something random.
like, okay.
Dude, you guys had an awesome time. We did Gmod, Batman edition,
Yeah.
Bammy.
Yeah.
and that was an awesome.
It's a
stream.
different game when you play with only 6 people.
it's also.
It is.
Yeah. Better or
No.
I'd say it's better with more. But it's interesting because you kind of like, it's more about deduction and less about just survival. You can
Yeah.
kind of figure
All of a
out,
sudden
like,
the
once
math,
someone
yeah.
drops, it's like,
yeah, it's like this for shit. And then 8, it's just like I don't know what the fuck's going on, but someone's gonna die.
every time I'm the assassin, Fiona's my target.
Dude,
The game just
you were
wants
not
it.
kind to her today.
No, I had to get her, she had to get
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
she.
She ate my chicken.
She ate your lunch.
It was preemptive.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Thanks,
2006. That was I was 8 years off.
That's okay. I was saying after, because we like most of us were in that. We just kept kind of swapping, like chairs, in the stream today. Like
Oh.
six of us were playing, but I think like it was like 9 or 10 of us played. But like, it was honestly, all being Batman characters, easier than ever to know who everybody was. Like what like. Yeah, because even now, since we started doing the roles and we started doing the skins, it's like, okay, Ryan's usually Deadpool in the coat or whatever, but like people swap around and stupid shit or whatever. But it's like Batman, Robin, Joker, Catwoman. Like you weren't there. You were there, but you weren't playing. You were doing this.
No switching.
But like I was like, man, that actually worked like really well. Like I was never for a single second like, wait, who are you again?
Yeah.
Like Trevor for some reason is the perfect fit for Riddler. He just like
Kept spraying a question
very
mark.
Riddler.
he kept spraying a question mark and going, oh, I found a clue.
At one point, I was hiding under the floor, and I was looking around, hoping no one came down. And I just saw his spray land on the floor from like above.
There was
The Let's Roll already came out, right? Of us doing Batman?
I think it's up
Yeah,
for
already-
first members
yeah, it's out.
today.
First,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, I guess, but we all dressed up as characters from the Batman universe, but with slight
Loosely.
tweaks.
yeah, it was like a werewolf.
So I was
Batman characters.
Catwoman, but I called myself like a feline instead. Yeah,
You were
female.
cat
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cat lady. But Trevor was also Riddler there, and his like Jim
His,
Carrey
like-
mannerisms were spot on. He nailed it.
He was leaving question marks
He leaves
everywhere.
his
He
elbows
Yeah.
was
up.
like shedding.
Yeah, they were
Like
just
this.
I'd look over at him, and he'd be like licking his cane, like, and I was like, "Stop, dude! I can't focus."
Pretty sure the Riddler didn't do that, but all right.
Oh no, he's
There was,
adding his own flavor.
There was
He hopped his cane a lot.
there was and this makes sense because usually if somebody calls it out in TTT, if somebody's the Phantom, they'll be like, if somebody's smoking, kill them. Because like if you're the Phantom and someone kills you, then the person who killed you smokes, and then if they die, the person they killed comes back to life. But at one point, like I didn't see him, and it might have been the first round he said it, but Trevor he was like, I'm smoking, and I was like, oh, is that like because you're Riddler and that's Jim Carrey, and then Jim Carrey was also the Mask? Is that, oh, you're Phantom? Never mind. I made like a 5-level deep connection that like he should have went
Going
yes.
down Jim Carrey's career
Yeah.
line.
You went
Yeah.
full galaxy brain.
Yeah,
Trevor
dude.
Was
I was
no,
like, oh
just
my
regular
god.
brain. That's it.
That's a fun
we're
Gmod.
done.
I was sitting back there and I was
podcast.
I was live switching and everything because this is our tempo stream, so it stays up.
Is it hard to switch on that game because there's
G-
so much happening at once?
It's also hard, I'd say, because you don't
Gmod-
know when something's gonna
Yeah,
happen. you know
Gmod's
what I
definitely
mean?
one of the hardest, but it got to the point where, well, at least with Gmod, I see, okay, who are the murderers, and I start kind of
You
like,
see all.
you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's the murderer.
You're
I'll-
like the
you
dude
know,
from the
This guy.
Matrix.
the murderer's approaching someone. I'm gonna switch to their perspective. The detective is, finding out if someone's bad or not, so they might get shot there. And if someone's on the far away the distance, with a sniper rifle, I'll check it out. But I was sitting there, I was taking notes. I was like, okay, Jeremy does this, and then Gavin does that, and I was like, okay, all right. I was taking mental notes, and she was like, oh, okay, you lied, son of a bitch.
You're fucking
Gavin's-
Deku.
Gavin's go-to move, which I tried to use in this stream, is always to start shooting you and then blame you for shooting him.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
go for the one shot, and because it's me usually pulling the trigger, it's never a one shot. It's a
miss,
shoulder or like the over them, so you have to quickly just tell a
Yeah.
lie
Well,
while
it's-
yelling and
yeah.
just confuse
If you're in
everyone.
a firefight with one other person too, absolutely, you're just gonna start screaming about it's that person.
Jack-
No, it's that person. Okay.
Jack got the coolest round. He killed both terrorists with barrels
With explosive
in
barrels.
the same round.
Yeah, so we played
awesome.
like we found a map that's like a bat cave-esque, just like underground, a lot of like like staircases and just like kind of shitty bridges.
Lots of
and,
traps.
Like a
you know, lots,
mine.
lots of traps. Yeah, like a mine shaft. And there was explosive barrels everywhere. So Jack was just running around with them the whole fucking stream, the entire thing. He just kept killing people and killing himself with these barrels. And in one round, he killed both traitors.
And one round, he
with the
killed me with a
barrels.
barrel that wasn't explosive. He just smushed me into the ground. And
Yeah,
I
that
fell
was
to the
good.
ground.
That was good.
realized.
Dude, one round he killed Jeremy.
love
Jeremy
the
was
character.
Jeremy was the killer, and he had a radar, and he was like tracking where people were. And like he said this after the round, he knew someone was around the corner, so he turned the corner firing, and it was Jack holding a barrel, so he shot the barrel and killed himself.
Jack
He
lived.
did, I caught
Jack
that whole
lived.
thing.
Yeah, because if you got the stick, it's like you can kind of hold it out from you a little bit.
He turned like the corner and just like reflex shot and killed himself instantly. But also I realized I'm Lucius Fox.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're watching the monitor.
You gotta
That's
I was
cooler
there.
than the old dude from the Matrix.
It's a lot cooler.
Both are pretty cool. Let's calm
The
down.
architect.
That's
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
he's not at all.
I can't get over what was
That
it?
room's so white.
Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix, and
Yeah.
he gets his whole big old speech underground, everything, and he just talks normally, and then all of a sudden he just goes, "The machines!" It's like, why do you say it like that?
I love it.
Is that the second
Hey,
one?
you remember it.
The second
It's
one. I
true.
do.
It's
I
true.
do.
Thanks, Wyatt.
That performance
true.
is in your head
That's why he
forever.
did it.
But if
a waste
you're
of space.
if you're Lucius, you gotta shut it down.
Oh, I shut it.
For the good of society.
And the stream's not running anymore.
Yeah, he
now.
shut it down.
For the good of society. Whoa, now.
Yeah.
Let's
I know
not
what I
get carried
said.
away.
I know what I said. Does anyone else leave little like treats for you? Because I try and do that when I'm recording too, because I know you're watching my screen. So occasionally I'll like emote to Alfredo like hello or something.
Oh yeah, I see random stuff where a lot of times there's like one of the seats. I think it was who was sitting there today. I think it was Trevor was sitting there. If you go like full screen, you could see like me in the background. So a lot of times I'll like hit full screen of that, and I'll just like pop up like different directions. Or
Man,
that's around.
I had one of my most proud of myself gaming moments ever in a Gmod that recorded, was it earlier this week? I
Yeah,
think?
a couple days ago.
I don't know when it'll come out. It'll be a while, so I'm not gonna say what it was. But
Oh, I know what you're
God.
talking about.
I have no idea. Was I not there?
Yeah, you were.
No, you were.
I
You were
part of it?
number one.
You were. Yeah, I was a part of it too. It was the me and Ryan round.
I don't remember.
Well, hey, we'll tell you about it. Later.
Okay.
It's a good one. It involved me going like, what is this thing? How do I gotta use this thing somehow?
I'll say Ryan's new show.
So
Someone wants us to make the Miatrix.
Miat.
no, I don't give a shit. That's- no, he can do that.
Let's cut that right there.
Christ.
There was that savage moment in the Gmod that came out this week where Frady took on the cat and lost. You got
Yeah,
you
Lindsay
went
was
for
putting
Lindsay.
you down.
Was that one of the
Oh,
80s films?
Reflex
yeah,
just
yeah.
put you down because you're a tiny little cat.
Yeah.
It's hard
Dude,
to
I
hit.
shot her straight in the head, and the cat was like, I don't
cat's
give
just
a
like,
shit.
That's the best part. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like looked down, and Lindsay was just standing there, and it was
It's
a
also-
clear, easy shot. I
That was
shot
the
her.
interesting thing about that game
right in
too.
the head.
Is that because you're an insane lunatic every time we play, but in a different way somehow. Because that was the one where you would just be silent.
Yeah,
You would
I-
engage.
Was it Jack who killed
silently.
me? And I was like, well, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
There was one where you killed a traitor really early on, never mentioned that you were in any altercation, and we didn't know that one of the traitors was dead. The
That was
whole round.
Alfredo. We went to the bathroom together, and he was like, "Oh, we're in the stall." I'm like, "Well, Alfredo's gonna try and kill me. We're gonna kill him." Okay, back to the group.
In the game. I was
And
really
literally,
confused.
she's in the stall. I was like, I've got this kitty now. And then I shot her point blank in the head with a sniper rifle, and she just goes, ow. And it kills me, and then walks away. Doesn't say a single fucking thing. And I
we
was
were
like, great,
And to us, it's like, oh,
insane.
there's a cat covered in blood.
Weird.
The thing about that, it's not surprising with the cat because it's such a weird model. Like it's tiny, and like if you were to like represent the cat model in a human body, its head is like the knee or something like that.
Yeah.
But what's crazy and like you never know is with some of the models, the headshots are just off. So like like today when we played, like Jack's Harley Quinn character shot her right in the head, and it's like half damage. Like
Damn.
we tried to test it as much as possible before we started, and I like put it. The Deagle kills in one shot if you hit him in the head, and I like put it right in his brain, and he was like, "Ow!" And I'm like, "Well." Jack's immune to headshots, and usually we try to not use those characters. Like, all right, switch somebody else. But today, since we were doing the whole Batman thing, we were like, fuck it. So there's like so many times he said where it's like, got him. Oh, you're alive? Shit.
I was thinking about it after watching the video and after playing too, and I was like, I think for me, like I went into the headspace of like terrorist hunt because that's what I play all the time. So I'm like, there's no need to talk about who I killed or I'm having this moment. And then today I tried to be like, I really got to call it out. I got to make sure I'm good. So then Ryan comes in and I go,
You got it like smoking.
Yeah, we were looking for.
You're not born knowing words, okay?
Damn it.
There's so
You'll
many
get
times
there.
too today where someone would die and they go, "Stop shooting me!" and then they're dead. I'm like, well, come on.
At one point, I
figure it out.
was in the middle of
Figure it out
saying
today, Gavin.
I was in the middle of saying if I die, it's. And then I just saw a bunch of people, so I was like, if I die, it's someone.
Yeah, that's that. If I die, someone killed me.
It is, I'm thinking of
Great.
you.
Thanks.
Ryan ran in, and for a second, because he was the fucking Joker, and you have a jacket that has flaps, I went, it's Robin, it's his stupid cape. So I went, it's Gat, and then I died, and I was like,
Yeah, we
See,
were
I thought
like,
you were trying to say.
Gat.
I think you were trying to say something about smoke because you were the Phantom and I was
That too,
smoking right
yeah.
after I killed you because you got out like, yeah, I'm just smoking.
And my brain went, it's Gavin, no, it's Ryan, no, it's Chicken Man, no, it's Joker.
Do we do like an Animal Kingdom one where it's all
that'd
just
be good.
small little animals?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be a slug.
Could you imagine?
I'll be the slug.
I don't want that.
You could follow the trail though and get them.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
imagine
dude.
at the scale of like they appear in Earthbound, where they're just like 2 pixels, like
Yeah, dude.
like ants, I guess.
Yeah,
So
but they're
where the
probably
fuck
Earthbound.
is
Only it would have
Like
a
Ant-Man,
giant
dude.
gun
Right.
floating over top of it. It'd be like a little slug with a gun.
That's the
Dude.
best thing about Lindsay's cat is that the gun is floating above the cat,
Yeah.
except when she crouches, the gun just like rests on
Yeah.
the cat's back.
And I don't actually like move, I just skate everywhere.
We did one the other day that will come out in 2 years. Because again,
Give
you
or
guys,
take.
you guys filmed so many. But we tried a bunch of new skins, and I don't think I made it into the video because again, the headshot was just like way off, and I ended up changing it. I don't think we'd started yet, but I picked Yoshi. And it was so fucking funny watching him walk around with a gun. And the thing is, like, some of the skins, you can see the arm on your screen. Like, today I was Batman. But for me, it was just like a guy's arm in his hand. So you have to go up to someone and go, "Am I Batman?" And you're like, "Yeah, you're Batman." And you're like, "Am I Robin?" And you're like, "Yeah, you're Robin." You just don't know. Yoshi, it was his fucking green hand, like
bulbous.
it was like a bolt, like it was huge. It was like a fifth of the screen, and with just a gun in it. And I was like, man, it's a goddamn shame I can't use this. But like Jack and Ryan were wailing me in the head. It's like I don't know where his head is.
His head is huge.
It's just like Yoshi is mostly head, and it's just like he wouldn't get a headshot. So
Man.
we try to like even that out by not using those. But you never know when you pick those
Yeah.
character models.
If you played as a slug, I do wish that you could implement like a rock salt gun into the game. You know?
Like one of those fly killing guns, the bug assault.
Yes.
I'm just saying, you'd be like Ant-Man, just
killed
trying to
ghosts
slug
with
his
those
way up
assaults?
someone's asshole.
You gotta
Oh,
stop
nice.
with that.
That's
He didn't do that in the movie.
he didn't, but
He
you know,
could.
Yeah.
But we don't. But he didn't.
It was like the
Alfredo's
writer or
thinking
director or
Iron
something like that. They squashed it. They were like, it's not possible.
Like
if he
a
did
bug.
that, like Thanos would kill him. Like
Right.
inside.
Like his
is too-
inside's got to be
Squeeze
tougher.
fast.
Oh, they say
He would
Thanos
like
is
blow
too-
himself up.
His
you know
inside
what
is
I
too
mean?
powerful.
Well,
Look,
How-
Thanos
Strong.
does like
Yeah, he-
super kegels, and so he would just.
It's just like if you expanded as a human inside like a concrete room, right? You'd like squish yourself.
Yeah.
Like just because you're bigger doesn't mean you'd like.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
you
Here's the thing,
can't
Ant-Man-
compress liquid,
Yeah. So,
right? So if you expanded with all your water, you would just blow the concrete out.
But your guts are outside of the water.
The problem
right?
is
Like,
the
You
wa-
die.
But it
Well,
just,
so
wouldn't,
what?
yeah.
You're dead.
yeah, you're dead.
But then
Wouldn't
like
it just force its way out of the asshole
Yes,
then?
there
Yeah.
would. He basically.
There's a way out.
You
It'd
would
be
hear
like
the
a-
sound, and all of
yeah.
a sudden he would have explosive
like an
diarrhea.
enema.
The
Even
anus
if there's an
becomes
enema
the
in
pressure, like
Thanos
pressure.
would be like
a shredder, like
You'd probably kill him because a full-size human getting squished to death inside of Thanos' colon would probably
antivirus.
completely plug him up and he'd die.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd win, but at what cost?
Biggest question I have from this conversation: are Kegels
Yeah.
specific for vaginal muscles, or
I mean,
can
yeah,
Kegels be
no.
applied to
But
ass
that's
too?
that's the only time people talk about them.
No,
Like,
they
the
tell
giant-
guys do kegels too.
it's for your dick as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
What?
Like
Supposedly
your dick
kegels.
stop.
You fascinating.
Like if you
Explain.
do it,
Nobody's doing them though.
your penis can go like.
I guess the thing about it is
Okay,
though like
I have
Kegels
seen
are-
that before. Never mind.
I guess the thing about it is though like the whole thing behind Kegels are usually it's like for babies, right?
Yeah, so you don't rip your vag when you
Right,
give birth.
like-
yes.
I mean,
you don't.
it
I don't know the
tightens up that
benefit. I don't know
area.
the benefit to doing it to your dick.
I think, and I may be wrong about this, but I think the what are those people that are like?
Mormons.
I was gonna say Mormons, but I didn't.
Could be them.
I don't, for no reason, and then she
Tantric.
said it.
Tantric, like the
It blew
tantric
my
crowd.
mind.
Yeah, it's how you last forever.
So you like
Yeah.
come
Dang.
forever, or no,
Yeah.
you don't come
Yeah.
at all.
No, it's
That's
forever
same
Call it a
muscle.
dick stop.
Edging
It's just like,
forever.
Yeah, that same muscle,
Why
you
would you
tighten it
want
down,
that?
and that
Because
prevents
you get
you
It's like
from.
the
amazing
opposite of you.
orgasm.
we're like, what?
So that's like the opposite of you, where you're like, eh. It's just like 1 second.
Like one thrust and
One
it's
pump
like,
chump.
How?
Yeah.
Gavin gets touched by.
That's
a
the
woman.
Gav trick.
yeah. Sometimes they're just like
Someone-
halfway doing
what
it, like,
happened?
hands
Someone
down.
looked at me
Just
somewhere.
Turtle back. Oh.
So,
Well, was it fun for you?
I forgot what GTA it was, but you asked me like, Lindsay, what's the amount of times that you've like rubbed someone off till they came? I'm like, oh, once, one. That's it.
Yeah.
Once.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, what's the lowest amount of tugs you've done?
Yeah.
You're like,
No. Not possible.
I mean, I bet it's possible.
Absolutely.
no.
One
They'd have to be
tug?
ready to go by other
Yeah,
people.
I'm
They'd
sure
have
of
to
the
be
7
edging
billion
at that
people,
point.
somebody's ready to go.
There is
okay?
an entire documentary that I watched about
course you
people
did.
who can orgasm without being physically touched at all. And they ran them through a CAT scanner, and they're like, yes, their brain is emitting the same chemicals that you get from a regular orgasm.
Oh
So
my
yes,
God.
they are
Doesn't they just
orgasming.
think
So-
about it in the
His
orgasm?
cumdar is off the charts.
It was a
Wait.
woman, but yes.
They highly irradiated
Her.
these people just to find out they weren't
It's not
lying.
highly
big,
irradiated.
you know.
It's just a
highly
little
irradiated.
Yeah, some people
It's
get
a
turned
lot
on
of
by
Science doesn't give a
vast
shit,
furniture.
Ryan. It's worth
Talking
it.
about furniture?
Yeah.
What?
Some people can be turned on by inanimate
Yes.
objects.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, like that
Forget
lady
what
that
it's called.
married a Ferris wheel.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
watched
some
that
people get
documentary
legally bound to it.
How? Why?
Well, you call the justice of the peace. He
Why
comes
not?
out.
Like you see objects,
They're just
right?
going nuts.
Yeah.
And you like say you saw like a piece of old hi-fi equipment and it was like shitty and cheap, and you're like, that thing looks like shit. Then you saw like a super high-end one, and you'd be like, fair play. Some
And then
people
my
take that
dick
to
goes,
like,
woo.
yeah. Some people take it's like, I want to rub
Yeah.
one out because of
Yeah.
that hi-fi.
For example,
This is perfect timing too, because Denise is here.
Hi, Denise.
Oh.
Yeah,
She's in the
what's
chat.
up, Denise? That woman that you
all
were just
saying
talking about
hi
who
to her.
married a roller coaster or a Ferris
Yeah.
wheel. I think it was a
It
roller
was a hell of a
coaster.
ride.
Someone
Yeah, it
who was.
was.
There's
Yes.
definitely one. that married a Ferris wheel.
Constantly on it. Woo!
The intro of the documentary is her explaining her sexual relations with this roller coaster, and she's like, not to be TMI or anything, but I often tell him I want his fluids on me, and I was like, oh boy.
Whoa!
Interesting.
Nope. You jump straight to TMI.
Yeah, and I was like, that's a bit TMI,
I guess it's
man.
like
but
it's a
yes.
roller
the gas
coaster.
fluid.
Doesn't have ears.
When they
Brake
like
fluid, maybe.
What's the point of
when they
talking?
pull the
Ugh.
bar, is she like on the bar, like straddling the roller
don't know.
coaster?
I
Yeah.
assume it doesn't have power. There's
was
no
just
way
a-
they let her just have it.
gotta
and
have
have
It
it
was
thrust.
a lot of B-roll of her going like this on the side.
Why do we exploit these people? That's just
A lot
like a
of that.
mentally ill person.
Maybe, but I mean,
Surely.
you know, like,
That's true love. Get out
they're
of
not
here.
hurting anyone.
They probably got, like-
whatever. You do you.
That doesn't mean you're not like.
They
you
signed
just-
up for
But yeah,
it.
he's not.
That's true.
A lot of people sign up. They don't know what they're
Yeah,
doing.
they don't know what the hell they're doing.
They probably got paid.
Whatever.
That paid for maintenance on
They
her
probably got
roller coaster
something.
lover for like
It
2
is.
years.
It is the
They're
thought
not
I
touching
had.
kids or anything, so go for it.
Anytime you
That's like
watch-
one step away, though.
Just oh,
Touching
yeah?
the thing that the
Okay.
kids are on.
Yeah. Oh my God,
That's
you're
true.
right.
My son. No, I just want the ride.
If you could get your son off.
That
please.
is a thought of like you see people on like Maury or like Jerry Springer or whatever, and I'm like you're just going, why? Why would you do this? And they're probably like, we got a free
They're
trip.
like, why not?
Free.
We got a free trip to
I'm on
like air all our
TV.
dirty laundry, assuming whatever you're watching is actually real, which I absolutely believe a bunch of that is. At least like Springer Days, like I've seen people do that shit not on TV. Just like, oh, there they go again, like looking out my window. So it's if you see those people and they're like, hey, we'll fucking fly you out to here, put you up in a hotel, maybe pay you some money, do whatever. They're like. Yeah, I'll talk about like all the cheating I've done on so and so, or like we'll throw chairs at each other for hours, and we'll get to be on TV. Fuck yeah! Some people just don't have a lot going on.
Are you allowed to attack people if it's on Jerry Springer?
I think so.
Yeah,
They're gonna
To an
get
extent,
arrested.
right? Yeah.
They got
That's what
Steve
Steve
there.
for.
Steve was
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
and he
Steve
was
will
just
come in and be like, whoa.
But really,
But he's not there to jump in that quickly.
But if
He's
you
there to
attack
make sure no one's like,
lets it,
like horribly
He lets-
injured.
It's
But they're
like
like,
You get
let
to
it-
stand up and take some steps
It's
and then
like
see
watching-
Yeah,
something.
dude. They're like,
Watching
let
a
him
hockey
get a
game.
couple in.
Yeah.
In a hockey game, they can punch each other. The second they hit the ice, though, it's done. And it's
The second somebody's taking their blade off.
All right.
Hey!
Okay. Have you seen that clip of the dude getting cut
No.
back in the day? Pretty intense.
Nuh-uh. Was it an accident?
Yeah. And he's like, I mean, it's literally just a couple of seconds how quick it happens.
What, he
but
just
he gets
roundhouse
cut,
kick?
and then he's sitting around the ice going, and they're like, holy shit, get someone on the ice now. And I guess apparently there was someone in the stands who was able to like help him.
Well, he just put his neck on the ice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, his ice.
I got it.
Oh,
And it's
But
froze
stuck.
He
closed.
lived,
yeah.
but it's intense.
Then you
yeah.
cut out the ice
But
and
barely.
So it
Take
like
that
missed
to
the
the-
artery or what?
hospital.
No, I think it hit
no, I
it,
think
but
he
he was
got
able to plug it.
Yeah, he was shooting
They plugged
blood.
it real
From
quick.
what
That
I
was
read,
some red
and
ice.
it could be incorrect, is someone had to put their finger in like the artery. To
Yeah,
plug
You had
just
to plug it up.
plug that vein. Just,
Typically, yeah, I think you have to pinch it off. Because I don't think you can shove your finger in an artery.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm sure it's just like a.
Pinch it, pull it, shove it, whatever you gotta do,
Whatever
bud.
you gotta do
Is
to
there a
plug
2-year-old
that
in the
hole.
audience?
We
to put
need,
their finger
we
in
need
this
5 more
artery?
fingers in here. I'm still waiting. You get 3 people with their fingers
Pull
in
out
your
your
neck.
fucking sock, throw it in there.
I mean, the
fuck
crazy thing is, so you've got one side that sends blood up and one side that sends it down. So if it's on the going inside, that's trouble because you need blood up there. And if you pinch that off, no blood goes in. If it's on the going outside, then that's trouble because you pinch that off and no blood's coming out.
This is just a lose-lose.
So then
Don't
blood
get stabbed in
pressure
the
goes
neck.
Down?
Well, at least
That's all
when
we're
you're on the outside, you can like go squirt, squirt. You know, just milk it a a little bit.
Just like that.
Oh.
Can you feel your heart? Like if
In a pulse of blood,
does it
yeah.
have nerves?
I don't know.
Oh, like if you
It's pumping blood
chested
through
yourself
you.
and you're like rubbing
A little
it.
bit.
Yeah,
It's like
if
eyeballs
I
don't
was
have nerves.
inside you and I went on your heart, would
Don't
you go,
ever be inside me.
Professor X.
I mean,
Never again, you mean?
I was gonna
let's
say.
just stop that right there.
I'm trying to erase
want it.
history here. I know what happened.
Hold on.
There was a finger and a strap on.
All I can say is that Michael was Ant-Man and Gavin was Thanos. That's where we are.
Squish.
Truth comes out.
Gavin
heard
has some Really
rumors.
strong ass cheeks.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Bespoke Post. When you're constantly on the go, grinding away at the office, or hanging out with friends, there's not much time to think about upgrading your style or apartment, and that's why it's great to get a new box of awesome from Bespoke Post every month. These guys are out scouting for quality and unique products to send in each box. Now you can experience it too at boxofawesome.com. I just picked up the Weekender bag right here. You know, you're hitting the town, you want to throw some things in real quick, you're ready to go. I got my hat, you know, you want to bring a canteen with you, you know, don't bring water on the plane, but I got my jacket in case it's cold. I got an extra shirt, you know, maybe you need a sigh for some reason. I don't know. But, you know, I just like play my Switch on the plane. Anything you need, just pack it in the bag, it's good to go. Nice, quality, looks sleek, very fashionable, good to have. It's cool how each box is tailored to me, and every time it comes, it's an awesome surprise. To get started, visit boxofawesome.com and answer a few short questions that will help them get a better feel of what boxes will go best with your style. Each box goes for under $50, but has more than $70 worth of unique gear waiting inside just for you. The first of each month, you'll receive an email with your box details. You'll have 5 days to change colors and sizes or add extra goods to your box. If you're not feeling that month's box, just skip it. To receive 20% off your first subscription box, go to boxofawesome.com and enter code OFFTOPIC at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code OFFTOPIC for 20% off your first box. Bespoke Post, themed boxes for guys that give a damn. Yeah, from who, Lindsay?
Oh, speaking of
said
ass
something.
clapping, did you guys see the Area 51 updates?
No, but
Raids?
Bruce is there apparently.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Like an actual Area 51?
Dude,
on
the
him.
signs.
What happened?
Oh.
Last night, I think, right?
I saw updates from this morning. I think it's still going, is it not?
They're still
It's
there,
an ongoing
there's-
thing. Because the event turned into
Why?
like a music concert. People said,
Well,
okay,
no
let's not
shit,
storm
because
it.
everybody
yeah.
showed up and they were like,
Nothing
"What do we
else to
do?"
do.
And it
It's like
just,
a shot in
as
the
I
face.
described it, I go, it just turned into DashCon. We're like, "Well, we're here.
You're not wrong.
You do it. No, you do it.
You're not
No,
wrong.
you do it." It's like people
But-
were actually dumb enough to show up, but then they're like, I'm
Their
not running
signage
at it.
is beautiful.
Well, I guess we're
Oh, yeah,
here.
all the-
Let's have a
all the
fucking
signs.
party. Woo!
The signs are great. They
you
start
read some of the
chanting,
signs?
clap that ass.
Yeah, there's a sign that said "clap
Yes.
alien cheeks," and there was another one with a picture of like an alien behind bars, and it said "locked up for what?"
Yeah, that's perfect art right there.
Really.
What's his name?
Why aren't
Elvis?
they
Was
running
it
in?
Elvis?
Come on.
Because they don't want to die.
They had
Yeah.
one woman that I
Yeah.
saw tried to like run in, but she was doing a dick like, I'm not in, can't get me.
Oh,
And the
no.
cops pulled her over immediately and was like, get the fuck over here, you're retained. And they put her like in a small building.
That's
and
why
she
they all
sat
have
there
to
right
go.
now.
Damn.
That was the whole point. Was
No.
that all of
Yeah,
them
if
have
we
to run
go
at the same time?
together, they can't stop us all. Like how many
Go
bullets?
separately.
have
The
they
problem
really
is
got?
the problem is there's no chain of command, so no one has told someone they're the front line. You know what I mean? We're like, listen, you're all gonna die, but we might get in. There's no. Everyone's like, no, I'm third. I'm third in line. You be.
I don't want to be the first one.
No, you
The
be
first one's going down. Look, idiots
Right.
together, strong. Come on,
What they need
guys.
to do is tell all
link
the
up and
people-
form Voltron.
The
of
problem
stupid.
is they're thinking too much.
Yeah.
If they weren't thinking, they'd be in there.
No,
already.
just let them. The
All
people that are like,
formed
I want to
ahead.
be third wave, they're like, fine, you guys are all third wave. And then, you start building up the other lanes behind them. Then you just go, wave 1? Okay, cool. Wave 2?
Oh, it's like the airport.
It looks like wave 3.
Zone 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now boarding.
Platinum
All
already goes.
passengers.
Yeah, horde mode over and over again.
Where are the
That's
people
how
with
this
the
works.
kids? They should go in front of me.
Yeah, you want the nimble ones to be up front. That way they can get up there and just engage the guards and
like-
dance
I like
around.
you.
If the guards are zigzagging to shoot them, then they're getting less people behind them. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want like,
They're
you're like,
taking their
oh
time,
shit,
you
and then
know?
like it's like zombies. By the time you get the one right here, there's 10 more.
Wow, that's fine. They got the alien blasters that'll get a whole row.
Right. Yeah,
So the mindset is
from
that-
kill to stun.
The mindset is
Right.
just that you can storm it if there's too many, if there's enough.
Yeah.
people.
That's the idea.
And
Yeah.
too many
You
people.
can go anywhere.
Like, how
true.
badly do you
Yeah.
want
You can get
a big
anywhere.
titted alien?
Yeah.
But why Area 51?
Because big
Because-
titted aliens.
People are
Yeah.
stupid. I don't know
Because they don't know where else
the
to go.
fucking internet.
There it is.
That's also not
Yeah.
true. Like
Alien
that's also you
cheeks.
can't get anywhere.
Get 'em.
Like
Ghetto.
big concrete wall.
Yeah, it's probably
Have you
nothing to
seen
see.
World War Z?
Yeah.
Right.
People just go straight over anything.
Those aren't people.
Yeah, those are regular
Humans
people.
can't do
I've seen
that.
humans
like
behave
a
like
kid.
that.
9 million people can go anywhere
Yeah.
in any building.
9 million's a lot.
Yeah, 'cause
but
no
the
one's
thing is-
guarding a
but
place
But the
without-
thing is, once you get 9 million, there can't be 9 million hitting at once. There's like 10,000 and
physically
8, and then
impossible,
like
but-
you know a couple million. Like I'll go next. There's only so much space.
Yeah, but if like
You know what I mean?
Gavin's right. If like globally, if Asia as a whole was like fuck the rest of
Watch
Earth,
out!
we're taking over.
We're
we'd be
walking into
fucked.
your territory.
Yeah, it's not like the borders would stop it. You just come in from all sea levels.
Yeah.
Here's what I like to
Create
think.
a bridge of the dead. Just
I like to say-
The thing is, again, the dead aren't moving. That's again the thing that World War
but
Z
they
has.
pile up on
There's
top of
dead on
each
top
other.
of dead.
What do you think they're doing in World War Z? Like connecting each other and then going up? No,
But the
it's
point
just
is, a
dead
human would be
bodies.
crushed and die, and then no one else would be. There would be no more climbing.
What I'm
Well,
hoping
that's what I'm
is
saying.
that
The sacrifice is.
Yeah, you just pile on,
Yeah,
people pile
keep
on.
going.
Oh, that's
Make a
terrible.
stack.
No one wants to die to get the
No,
big titty
you
alien.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
You
they
wouldn't.
do. It's
No.
a worthy cause.
Some people might. But what I'm hoping.
If you are
Raid that
promised
alien booty.
a
I'm
million
about
alien
this
virgins
sign.
in the afterlife, you will
Raid that
sacrifice
alien
yourself to
booty.
get it.
Look,
It just
Lindsay,
turned
there's
into
a
a really
range on
stupid
aliens.
meme.
I don't want like some sulfur-based life form.
Whoa, fall down. Was he?
Oh, is that the new one?
Was it the green one?
Oh, it's
Come
old.
on.
That's the old
Oh,
one.
that's the old piece of shit.
I'm
Smash
gonna
it.
dive in on that.
We're good.
No, I haven't even activated the new one.
What I'm hoping is that they fucking are using this as a
fuck,
front.
yeah.
Like the music festival is all a lie, and there's someone out back with like some
shit.
wire
Dude,
cutters
they're,
going
no,
into the
they're
face.
Yeah.
tunneling
Yes.
from underground.
Distraction.
That's
Yeah.
it. They're digging down.
Also, is that like the tenet of Scientology? Is like if you sacrifice yourself for this cause, you will be rewarded with alien virgins.
No, I don't think
thought
so.
you
I don't think anyone is thinking that.
Sacrifice with your
Do you
wallet.
think someone's going? There's 51 alien virgins in there. That's where the name came
There's a
from.
lot more virgins outside.
Well, it's not
Yeah, no
only
shit. There's thousands and thousands.
Sorry.
Turn it around.
Sorry.
The fucking
Sorry.
aliens coming out. I'm like, woo!
safe for maybe
What's a piece
person
of
on
us?
maybe.
Fuck, dude.
Maybe. Well, not only just the alien aspect, but Area
Fucking
51
got
as a
'em.
whole, there's so many conspiracy theories that there are people who are there who don't give a shit about aliens. They're like, the government's hiding all their military secrets there. I gotta get in.
Dude, yeah, I think we got lasers.
Oh my God.
What even
Aliens.
happens?
Groups.
They get there, they break the wall, they take it over, they free the aliens, and then from there it's just an awkward fucking high school dance. Aliens on one side,
Yeah,
everyone else
yeah.
on the other
No
side.
one's mingling, no one's drunk enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
no.
if?
I think that's what's happening now.
There's a language
It's already. That's why no one stormed the gate.
I mean, there's a crazy party going on there. I guarantee you, someone's conception story will be, I got born at the Area 51,
Absolutely.
or I got
100%.
conceived at
I'm
the
a
Area
little upset
51
we're not
raid.
making our third kid there right now. I'm just saying. I am very upset.
There's role, there's role
hey man, I'm a 51er. I'm like 50 years now. 51er club.
You got
your boomers, you got your
51er.
He just lights a cigarette. He's like, I remember the signs. There were ass clapping all over the place. It's crazy.
All of a sudden there was a whale and the babies started coming.
Everyone's
All the pregnant
Naruto
women
running.
that came.
Can you
Fucking
pull up
hell,
broadcast?
dude.
Please pull up the clip of the dude Naruto running behind the cameraman when they're doing an interview because it's perfect.
Yeah, someone's. There's like a reporter with a camera. They're
I also wanna
reporting
just
on
say,
the
like,
event.
why does Naruto get all the credit for that?
Right,
It
they all
annoys
run
me.
that way.
Not only do they all run that way, but it happened way before Naruto. And even before this, I'm gonna throw out the fucking Inuyasha did it before Naruto was
true.
even a thing.
He did.
And I bet it predates him. That motherfucker was running like this, left and right. Nobody says Inuyasha running in his cool red fucking kimono or whatever it was. But Naruto gets all the cred. He gets all his street cred.
Now
It's
I'm curious
bullshit.
where that started and what's it based on. Is
Some-
there actually like
It's like,
a?
well, I'm wondering if that's like actually aerodynamic. or
No,
not.
that's why no one does it. You know all the Olympic runners that run like this?
Yeah.
Like the fastest people on the fucking planet running like this?
Oh, there it is.
This that guy's awesome. I hope that guy showed up, did that, and then went home.
Right there,
Because then he's a winner. He's a fucking
Alien
winner.
stock.
That's fucking awesome.
Faceless too. He was just an
Yeah.
unmasked
Well,
that's the
hero.
dude-
There's
He's not
100
in
people
it.
claiming that was
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
He's not in it for the glory, okay?
He should have been selfieing it as he ran.
You know he got laid after that clip. Let's.
I don't know that.
And that's
I
the
don't-
Kentucky
I
story.
could argue that is evidence as why he didn't. But it's
Your
still very
I saw
funny.
your father ninja run through the back of a
It's gorgeous.
newscaster's shot, and I thought
Yeah.
I had to have that in me.
He's Sharingan me.
I need his
That's my
kunai.
soul. Oh God. With a chain.
Oh, yeah. So they're gonna not get in there.
No.
No shit.
You go one of two ways. Either no one gets
What
in
is
or
that?
we're trying
What
to get
is
shot.
happening?
The alien abduction costumes.
I don't even know. They're like the costumes
Oh,
that people wear at conventions of the T-Rex.
Yeah.
They always have a
Their
fucking
legs
sign.
are
It's like
the-
free hug. They're always hugging people.
My favorite kind
It's
of
a great
costume
outfit for pedophiles.
like that though. That's true. Don't do that.
I'm not
But-
saying do it. I'm just saying you see the T-Rex, they're always hugging people. So be wary.
Yeah, don't do
No,
pedophiles.
don't touch T-Rexes. Don't do that. I do
bite
like
you.
If you
costumes where
can, go for it.
it makes it
Hard
look
to
like
find a
you're holding
T-Rex.
something. And there's a very popular Halloween costume that's been going around, and it's back up because Halloween's almost here, of a little girl who's carrying her own head, and her parents made that costume. And I really want to do that with Iris, but I don't have the time or the talent to do so.
Aw.
I'm
Scare the
nuts.
shit out of everybody. You lost? All right, bye.
Bye, Gavin.
He's just throwing.
Throw it a camera.
Bye.
Nope, he was just
He
looking.
walked away.
That's
Oh,
a
hi,
new can.
Gavin.
He has no
Bye.
can. What were you looking for?
I was throwing something in the bin.
Oh, what'd you throw away?
I just spat some gum out.
Oh, it looked like you because you were in the darkness. It looked like you walked over and looked in it and then just walked away.
I was gonna do it from here, but I thought I'd miss.
Yeah, you absolutely would. There's no way you would have hit that.
Gavin, how the hell did you get your iPhone this morning? Who'd you order it
And
from?
why aren't you using
Because
it?
he's
From Apple.
fucking
You ordered from
executive
Apple?
platinum, dude. They were like, we know.
Why aren't you
They
using it?
they took it away from somebody to give it
Why
to
not
him.
Yeah,
use it?
true.
I gotta back this one up.
He's got to back it up.
Yeah, it's a whole
That makes
process.
He's got 400 million
Yeah,
gigabytes.
Gigabytes. Isn't that all synced to the cloud or whatever?
No. No, no.
Not his
long-
special
Not-
pictures.
I don't do the whole cloud thing.
I mean, it's on there
Probably
regardless.
Some stuff in it.
Can't you just plug a cable in?
A cable?
You back it up on iTunes and then
You
plug
don't. You don't cable.
Dude,
it.
Did I
Nice.
just speak in
No, they
hieroglyphics?
just go next to each other,
You know
man.
what a
It's
cable
just
is.
wireless.
the future.
The new one came with a bloody. It doesn't have. It's USB-C at the other end.
Yeah.
Is it?
Lightning to USB-C.
Yeah.
Why?
What am I gonna do with that?
What are you
Yeah.
gonna do with that?
Where you
Dude,
plugging
it's
that
Apple,
in?
Yeah.
man.
Because I feel like it has a little
It's-
plug for it, so it goes in the wall. But if I
Right.
want to download at the office through a
That's
cable,
worthless.
You gotta have that.
we don't
cable
have
now.
any computers with USB-C.
No.
They gave you the two worst connectors back to back.
I gotta,
USB-C is a great connector.
It's a good
USB-C
connector,
is
but no one,
terrible.
but
no
no
one
one
uses
has
it.
it.
It goes in either way, just like lightning.
Yeah, you say that. Okay, so I've got the
Oh, here
Pixel
we
3,
go.
which has
Oh, there you go.
USB-C.
Okay.
Sure.
Pixel 3.
This is my second phone that has USB-C.
Smartphone fight.
You know what happens to USB-C in a pocket?
No.
Gabby?
Shit starts getting caked up in there.
It happens to everything.
I mean,
right?
how's that different to a little lightning hole?
Honestly, the lightning hole's smaller and a little
They're
bit
touching
more.
holes.
That's why you got to take a little thumbtack and scoop out the shit.
Yeah,
I just do this.
That's
it's
what I
not
do.
good. It's too loose.
Got to use these nostrils powers.
That's all right. That's why I have wireless charging.
I haven't had that problem with the Switch yet, which is the only thing I own.
You don't put
that's
that in your
USB-C.
pocket though.
I do, baby.
Real quick.
I've gotten a lot of comments lately about
Big
it.
as your pocket.
It's fucking big enough to fit a Switch, baby.
Is this
that's a big
Denise saying that this is her?
Controllers
and then
on or
stating
off?
something?
Yes, that's where have you been for the last fucking 2
I'm
years?
just wondering why she does a comma. It makes no
She
sense.
always types Denise, so you know it's her
Yeah,
and
but
not
don't
me.
say comma. It looks like you're addressing Denise.
And not me being here. Dude, you're lucky she can type, okay? I don't fucking know.
Why are you shitting
It's
on
just so you
Denise's,
know. I know, right? Exactly. Like, she made the effort. She's like 1,000 years old,
Read
and
a
she
book.
managed to get to a phone and type to be in the chat, and Lindsay's shitting all over her. What a terrible daughter-in-law. Terrible.
I'm trying to improve her.
She clarifies Denise so people don't think, how is Michael's typing this while he's on the show? Which is also interesting because we did the Borderlands 3 stream yesterday.
Yeah.
And Iris fired off again on my Twitch. Or on my...
On your Twitch, that'd be
it was-
crazy.
I combined it. She fired off on my Switch. She tweeted from my Switch again. And it's classic Mario Kart again. But no, she didn't type G this time. Last time it was like a picture of Mario Kart. The standard hashtags that Nintendo automatically includes. You can delete them, but it's like MK8D for deluxe, and then hashtag Nintendo Switch. And she posted that with the letter G, and I was like, oh fuck, Iris must have done this. So then she did it again yesterday with no G, and there was like one reply that was like, wait, who's playing Borderlands? Because it was like in the middle of me streaming. But it's so funny because obviously she'd done it before and I talked about it. We're like
Hey, there
a
it
good half the
Moo
replies or more were Iris did it again, and then the other half was, oh, I like that level. It's like, some people follow me and really know me, and some people go, I don't know why he's doing. I guess they're playing Mario Kart. Like,
it-
oh, is there a Let's Play coming? No.
Is it Derp Crew who's triggered by Moo Farms also?
I don't know.
Was it-
Derp Crew.
another group
just
did
hate
not-
it or
not
something?
fan.
Derp Crew.
What's wrong with
I
Moo?
hate them.
Denise
Metal
loves
is
me no
awesome.
matter what. Thanks,
And playing
I love
Mario
you.
Kart, but they're like a whole team of Matts.
That's
you
Meg's
know?
Iris
favorite.
has
Matt.
access to so many people. Like, few kids have spoken at that age. Just
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it's funny because totally separate, but we had like a sponsored thing meeting for like potential thing down the road, and we were talking about like engagement and impressions and this and that and whatever. And they're like, well, they're looking for this number and this and that whatever. And I literally in the middle of the meeting I pull this up and I go, well, Iris got 136,000 impressions with this photo, so
So there.
just throwing that out there. Like,
There's your baseline.
that's. She posted a picture from my Switch with no text.
You've also
With the
been gone
default
from us
Nintendo
telling
hashtag.
Jeff about our Iris stories, but she's full 2-year-old now. Like it's
a menace.
either the best day ever or the worst day ever, depending on what
It's
minute
both.
it is.
Minutes apart,
Yes.
seconds apart sometimes.
Like I think it was 2 days ago. I woke up with her. Michael was taking care of stuff, and he had to go to the gym, so I was getting her ready.
I
and
didn't have to, but
yeah,
I did.
Yeah, good job. Proud of you.
Thanks.
I got her ready. I was trying to give her breakfast, and she was like, "No, I don't want your breakfast. Done with you." And I was like, trying to be nice. She came up next to me, and I was like, "Oh, hug." She slapped me in the face, and I was like, "Okay."
Oh my
Whoa!
god.
All right, let's calm on down. So then she was having a fit, and to get away from me, she walked over to our front hall closet, opened it up, and then went inside and closed the door on me. Like, go away.
And there's
Mom.
a closet
This is
with
my
shelves
time.
too, so there's like this much space in it. You know, it's not like you can't go in it. So she's like closing herself into the shelf.
Like, go away.
So she
think
put herself
I-
in timeout.
I guess
there you go.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
sure
felt like I
never-
was in timeout.
I'm pretty sure I never lamped any of my
A
parents.
slap isn't a lamp.
As a-
Let's not exaggerate.
Yeah.
A
That's
2-year-old, I can get it. I like, get away from me.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
lamp means. I was confused.
You can lamp someone.
Where does
I
that?
thought you like took a lamp. and I
Nah,
was like,
lamp is like a
that's
wallop.
insane.
It's like a wall.
That was me as a kid.
Hit him with the
Lantern.
haymaker.
Why is it called lamping?
I assume it has the same effect as picking up a lamp and swinging it.
I just
Yeah.
want to know. Your
Alright.
people are violent. Americans are violent. You're way worse.
I'd be like,
Headbutts.
Yeah.
We got spitting.
There's all this.
There's no guns, so you have to
It's
smash
We have
a
the
guy.
guns, though.
Lots of
that's why I
stabbing.
was
Yeah.
lamping because it knocked your lights out.
We got guns.
We got thumping and shanking.
Yeah, you got creative,
And
creative
acid.
ways to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Some of
Christ.
that.
I'm Peppa Pig.
Yeah, she goes nuts now.
Dude, there was a, what was it? I was traveling, it was last week. And on the day that I was starting my travel, there was the whole Apple event happening. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna miss it. And then I'll look into all of it when I get back. I land to my connecting flight, my phone blows up. Jack is like, new watch is out, gotta have it. Previously, last year, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a watch. Do you want a watch too? She's like, nah, I'm good. I don't care about the phone calling or the messaging or whatnot. And so when I landed, she's like, new watch, gotta have it. I was like, oh shit, they must have changed the game forever. And I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? It's the same thing. And I was like, what do you want? And she was like, they have international emergency calling now. Like, I was like, wait, what? She's like,
when we go away internationally, like
Hey.
in this emergency, I could, we could phone call, we'll be safe. And I was like, that's why you want it?
Look, lady,
guys
she
are
wants
always
to be
jet
safe.
setting.
That's fine. You
I
know,
was like-
hey, good for her.
It was crazy.
How many
Now,
times
if
have
you're in
you-
a dangerous
Like, once
situation,
a year.
she can like go boop boop boop.
Was she
Gadget
also-
watch. or
That was the
something.
selling point.
Was she also excited when on the last phone or the last watch they added that if you take like a sudden impact and then don't move?
She was talking about that too. She's like, if I trip and fall over, it's got,
It's gonna automatically-
emergency
it's
impact.
for
You
old
might
people.
need that 'cause
Life alert.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
She's
But
like, I
it's
got-
self-automated life
Yeah,
alert.
yeah.
But like, you might need that because you trip and fall, you don't make a noise.
That's true. I might need
Wait a
it.
minute, wait a minute.
I might need it.
After
It would have gone
abrupt,
off. It's too soft.
after violent motion, if
Yeah.
you stop moving, it calls
Are
paramedics.
you okay?
I
So
think
if
it's
you
a-
have some good sex,
Oh, shit.
Ryan, fuck, you're right.
Well, if you knock
Right.
yourself out,
Yeah.
doesn't your heart rate drop a little?
I would imagine.
It monitors heart rate
But if
and
you're
then
banging,
like
heart rate
impact
goes up.
velocity, and
To be
then
fair, people
you don't
have died
respond
during
to it.
sex a lot.
Yeah.
See Matthew McConaughey's father.
way to go.
So,
He
I don't know
while-
that story.
He died
allegedly.
mid-bang?
Yeah.
Allegedly?
Yeah, there was an interview he was talking about his father dying, and apparently he died mid-coitus on top of his lovely wife.
Wouldn't it be cool if you were
So-
born from that?
Better on top of his wife than someone else's.
Hi-oh, it's true. Anyway,
It
that'd be
was,
cool.
it was fucking insane. I was like, that's the reason why you want it. International
bought it.
emergency calling. No.
Hey.
I was like, no, that's not a
Oh,
good enough
come on.
reason.
You offered to buy her one when it didn't have that.
I would have buy her one because I was like, the
Yeah, and
convenience
now
of
she
phone
burned
calls
him.
and texting.
She burned him. Okay, so we went, no.
Now that it has one
Buy your
more
own
feature,
watch.
you're mad because that's the feature she
That's
wants.
not the defining feature to
Yeah,
buy the
it's-
watch.
I agree with that.
That's insane.
I agree with that.
She was like, what if I fall down? I was like, fucking call the hospital.
Get up, lazy.
Yeah. Pick yourself back up.
Did you guys get a green one? You got a green one?
I got the green one.
I thought it'd be way uglier than it is.
It's not.
I thought, like, who wants a green
Green
one?
watch?
I like the
No,
idea
the
that
phone
you're
you did like
that
a
you're.
sage green
They're
color.
talking about aliens again.
Oh, okay.
I like the
Yeah.
idea that you are a little disappointed at how ugly it isn't because that's what you love.
What
Love
the green?
You wanted
ugly
it to
shit.
be,
No,
yeah.
Gavin just likes. Gavin
like
will
a
look
midnight
at
green.
shit.
It's great.
He did it the other day.
I mean, the phone itself is hideous. So.
Gavin will look at shit.
The phone
and go,
itself is pretty.
Oh, it's awful. I want it.
Did they get rid of the glass back?
It's really not green at all.
It's like I don't know. This feels
It's
like
weird.
textured glass.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
Feels
tougher.
pretty matte.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
matte
dude,
glass.
it's
I told you,
edging.
yeah. We need more beer.
I tell you.
You could,
Alright,
you
it's done
could
edging.
feel
It's
it. You could
finished.
hear it.
Someone in the chat says they're a paramedic and we are all wrong. Jesus fucking Christ.
What are we wrong about?
So, yeah, tell us how to save lives, please. Don't just criticize.
No,
what
don't
are
tell
we
me I
wrong
give a
about?
shit. Call
Which
911,
thing are we
that's all.
wrong about? We're wrong about 12 things an hour.
Yeah, I know.
I guess
when
the
you're
falling
wrong about
over
everything,
emergency type
it
thing.
doesn't matter. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Movement. Stop what you're doing and look down at your wrist because our friends at Movement Watches have got exactly what you're missing. Movement has you covered with tons of quality, clean, and all-around good-looking watches and accessories that we can actually afford and order right from our couch. Do your wrist and wallet a favor. Check out their minimalist designs that you can have with no risk because they offer free shipping and free returns. Not only do they have some amazing watches, they also have some of the best sunglasses I've ever worn. Got a pair of the Outsiders right here. They're sleek, they're good looking, they're all black. Wear them on any occasion. It's just a great all-around accessory. Goes great on a hat, goes great on a head, goes great on your face. You do whatever you want with them. Movement watches start at just $95, so you're guaranteed to find something that you love that won't break your bank. These guys are truly a ground-up entrepreneur success story. They understand living on a tight budget because they lived it too, and that's why they want to make quality products that are accessible to everyone. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/offtopic. See why Movement keeps growing. Check out their expanding collection. Go to mvmt.com/offtopic for 15% off today. Join the movement right now.
Yeah, but that you weren't wrong about. That we're wrong about stuff.
Yeah.
That was right.
No, I was also wrong about that. We're wrong about
Oh.
14 things an hour.
Fuck. Okay. I'm just laughing, still thinking about Gavin was like, what if you were conceived when your husband died on top of
Yeah.
your
I was reading a story recently about this French guy.
His soul went through the penis.
Yeah, a life for a life.
It was like a French guy, and there's some law in France that if you die or if something happens to you on a work trip, the company is responsible. And he died while banging a hooker in a hotel, and his family gets compensated for that because technically he was working.
Well, I mean, he's still on a work
Do
trip.
they pay
Up to
back
his
what
nuts.
he
Yeah.
paid the hooker?
How did he die banging the hooker?
Heart attack.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's how it usually
That's usually how it goes.
I think.
One heart attack, two
Stroke?
suffocated.
Like choking.
Okay, that's a different way to go with it. Sure.
No safe word.
I was
I'm
thinking
just throwing out.
stroke,
what the fuck is
aneurysm,
talking about?
Can you?
You're right. It's probably like more like number 4 or 5.
How'd he die during sex? Oh, it's kidney failure. It's weird.
It
Diabetes.
just gave out.
Snuck up on him.
Stage 4 cancer, actually.
Can you orgasm to death? Like, I'm not talking about having a heart attack. Like, I'm talking about you.
All right, look.
You're totally fine, but
If
you
you
came way
had,
too much, and your
if
body's
you had
like,
a,
done.
a
don't think
weak
so.
blood vessel in your brain,
Yeah.
then yes, you
Okay.
could absolutely pop that blood vessel
Pressure
in
from the
the.
penis through the body up to the
I
brain.
wasn't
The
thinking
shockwave.
that,
Yeah.
Your
Apply
brain
so
just
hard that
goes.
the neck breaks.
but I mean, anything that puts stress on your cardiovascular system can absolutely make you drop dead.
Shoveling snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It'd be over a long period of time, but I guess you could also come enough that you dehydrate yourself and then die because
I
you're
don't
creating a
think
hypertonic.
Okay, now you're going a different direction. You mean literally snoo to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yes,
think
yeah,
you would be so dehydrated at that point, you would just go unconscious before you
That's
jizzed.
true.
I don't think you'd be
Yeah.
in the jizzy mood, to be honest.
I'm not in a very jizzy mood
You just
today,
get a
sorry.
puff of dust.
Not feeling it. Not feeling it. Oh, speaking of which, so do you know the term? It's like manky, M-A-N-K-Y.
That's a Pokemon.
I love it already.
To
Yeah.
be like disgusting.
Yeah, so I didn't know about that until Lin-Manuel Miranda posted about it. Someone called him manky and was saying, "You look gross." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
That's
Like, damn, girl,
Yeah,
you
like
look
you can
manky
like
today.
pick up like that banana's gone manky.
Yeah.
And
I had
someone
no
called
idea.
Lin-Manuel that?
Did you
What a
intentionally
dick.
do like a banana thing because it sounds like monkey?
Banana man.
Like that banana's manky, and manky's a monkey
It's
Pokemon.
subconscious.
Maybe subconsciously,
Yeah.
they're very close.
Yep.
If I'm like, yo, this guy's Primeape, that means he's mad.
Yes. And
He's
Someone-
very angry.
Someone in
Use
chat is
Jeremy.
not worried about getting a blood clot in the dick.
Oh, damn.
Nope. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, that
I
happens.
mean, you get blood
apparently.
anywhere. You
Yeah.
brain blow up. You get an
Sure.
aneurysm. Some things you just can't control. Gavin, someone wants to know if you're wearing a hearing aid.
A hearing aid, no.
I think it's just your fucking like gray hair.
I was trying
Oh,
to look
yeah,
and see if there's
I'm just
anything in
aging
your
out.
Dude, your hair is like 2 full different colors.
You are getting a little frosty.
Like, I don't know if
like it.
gray is the right word, but it's like a different color, and I'm
Sounds like
assuming
frosty.
that.
Yeah,
Or you have
this
so
is
much
all-
disgusting wax in your ear, it's formed a hearing aid shaped device. I
that's
can't
all-
tell because I'm looking at your face.
No, I'm
I
just
don't
very
see it.
slowly aging out. And in fact, if you watch the latest Astroneer, Fiona came and started braiding my hair in the middle of the video, and then started making fun of how bald I was.
She's a big,
Woof.
like, fucks with her head.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Physically
heads.
and mentally.
She fucking came in yesterday in Borderlands, wailed on my head, must have been 20 seconds.
Bongos?
Yeah, she bongoed me. That's exactly what I said.
See, she doesn't do that. She'll come over to me
She
and
walked
do the-
in and I was like, oh, it's Fiona. She's still doing it. She's still doing it. Man, Gavin would be choke slammed by now.
different
I was
situation.
just
Yeah,
like,
it's,
hey.
Yeah, it's like having a little sister around.
Yeah.
Well, were you also there for me slapping the shit out of Michael or no? Well, we went back and forth.
You don't slap me, you punch me. That's
I
the
did.
difference.
I went like this, but yeah.
Get the
second
fuck
time
outta
was-
here.
I can't trust
That was the
anything
second
Lindsay
time.
Fuck
says.
out of here. There was literally like earlier this week in the office, she comes
That was
over,
the second time.
she gets fighting, and my defense
Oh, yeah, yeah, I saw that whole thing.
like this because she just punches.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
can't
she'll-
let her get my soft bits.
You like transfer crack-handedness to your punch. They're like micro punches.
right.
I slap.
But like I can't tell how powerful they are until Michael's like, and
Yeah,
he's
she was like, ah!
In an anime,
I just absorb the
when
blows.
you see the animation and the fists are just kind of going all over the screen, yeah, that's why I try and emulate
yeah, you got
that.
like 9 arms and they've all
Yes.
got
I've seen
fists.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Cell Saga, best
I
saga.
am Android 18.
Yeah,
Some people were
you're
saying
welcome.
that Dragon Ball Z was another early example of the arms back running.
I think
But
he did do that.
he
did
ran
do
like
that, yeah.
this.
He did do that, too.
Like
Yeah,
young Goku
T-pose.
just ran out.
But also, I think he did that just because he was fucking stupid.
That's the whole point.
Goku's a
That was
moron.
it.
Well, he was dropped as a baby.
So do they go faster
was.
when they're doing that?
It's more aerodynamic.
They literally never say in the show, we do this because it's faster. I think
Yeah.
that's just the assumption.
What would be the opposite? Like climbing and your legs are hanging down?
Look, if you're running like this,
leg.
there's nothing interfering with your peripheral vision. Your head's forward, your eyes are open, you're
Yeah.
full predator
Here's the
mode,
thing,
right?
just-
Like
just
I
get
can
rid of
see
them.
it all.
That upper
rid of
body's
them.
giving you that forward momentum. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You're basically falling
gliding.
forward. You have
they-
to run
what they
faster
should
or you
You
die.
fall over.
Yeah.
What they should do is design like shirts or jackets where they just tuck them in.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause that'd be even better, dude. That's like a diver.
Full
You know,
armless.
it's like, you know, that's
And
why
then
they
you
get
don't know
all-
what they're doing in
they
their
get all
pockets.
skinny. That's true.
That's
Knife.
Playing
Good
pool.
until you trip.
Smoke bomb.
It's cool until you trip.
Well, then they just front flip. Ninjas.
For style.
That's true. They do a lot of crazy shit. They usually do this through trees, which is very unrealistic.
All
You
I
want-
know is at some point someone goes, soup, sink! And I go, okay, let's fight.
That's Naruto.
That's
That's
the
true.
thing.
Or
Yeah,
they
that's true.
turn into like a stick in a puff of smoke.
That too. Or a woman
It's
who's
usually a
naked.
log.
Yeah. Where do
Naked
they get all
women.
these logs?
Dude, fucking carrying him around,
Dude,
dude.
Sakura in the forest with the sound ninja, she was logging all over the place. And I'm like, bitch, we know
Constant
your
logs.
moves. And then she was like, no, it's just me.
Every time someone dies, it's a log. They're like, oh, and then it goes poof, and then it turns into a
I
log.
like they still show the horrific death. Like there's the person briefly with like
Right.
7 knives
Yeah.
and they're like,
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah. That's because you gotta trick them for a second where you go, oh, no, they're good.
oh, they're fine. After a few, you kind of
Well,
catch
that
on that it's
or,
not really.
or it's just like a clone jutsu, and they go, boom, and they just disappear. I mean, that's how every single one ends. There's like
Well,
900
no,
things along the way.
Because I read the manga and I was a fucking nerd and I tried to memorize it and I was like, oh, this is Breath of Fireball technique. Got it.
that
Like,
is
cool.
most of that,
He
yeah.
did
All
that.
right,
He
you Sasuke
And then I got
fangirl.
laid, all right.
Uh-huh.
That's a straight jacket. That's aerodynamic. When I said if you put your arms in.
I mean, yeah, sure. I
There's
don't.
no balance then.
It's
right?
great if you want to shoot him out of a cannon, I guess.
Peter Hayes is breaking it down. He's like, okay. The physics of this is lost on me, so don't even bother.
There's
because it doesn't make any
no,
sense.
It makes no
Right.
sense.
Right, it's a fucking cartoon.
You're at drag maxima. All right, you're getting crazy.
Well, we say that now, but next year in the Olympics,
Mike?
when everyone's ninja running,
Listen,
we're
when
like,
I see
"Son of
it
a-"
happen and
Yeah.
the motherfucker
Yeah,
wins.
Usain
Yeah,
Bolt's like,
that's
oh, fuck
true.
you.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah, he'd be just doing it to
he
fuck with
could-
people.
Exactly. He could do it and it means nothing, but he'd win anyway. That's awesome.
And
That's what you
everyone
gotta
will be
do.
doing it the next year. They're like, I don't get it.
Motherfucker, every track meet, all the fucking people are running like this, and they're like, he got the gold, dude. Of course I'm gonna do that.
Speaking of
Michael
Usain
Phelps,
Bolt,
Michael Phelps won 19 gold medals. Everybody started getting high. They're like, he did
and
it.
Michael Phelps. So I totally forgot about this until right now. A couple years ago, I discovered this group on Tumblr that's convinced that some Olympic athletes are actually like Greek gods that are here,
Oh.
like legitimately. Like Usain
Interesting.
Bolt
Well,
was
people are
Hermes.
stupid.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Michael
they all
Phelps,
went to Area 51.
obviously
today.
Poseidon. But yeah, I was like, okay, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe
Not
that
maybe.
turned you around on it.
I feel like
Like,
I
I
do
like
so
Lindsay-
much
I like
more
Lindsay
than the
I think
Olympics.
Lindsay goes, these people are crazy. Probably.
But if
Or
they turn
not.
out to be right, I believe them the whole time.
or not.
Right. She's like, you stupid. Unless you're not. Then I was backing you from the beginning.
You wouldn't enslave the human race. You just compete once every 4 years.
So I was a little late today because I was buying a car.
Yeah, you
How'd
finally,
that go?
Was
Was it? Did you go for the rolls?
No.
Yeah. He said
No,
Lambo.
no,
Last
no.
I heard.
Yeah, no. A sensible mid-sized sedan.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
mid-size. Is that the definition of what you had? Was that mid-size or was that compact?
No,
Because
that
your car
what I had
pretty
was
small.
No, it was mid-size. It was my previous car was not small.
I mean, it's
It
a
was chunky
four-door
boat.
sedan.
Yeah.
Your old car.
I just mean like to me, size is like, can you sit 5 people without
could-
some motherfucker going like this?
You could have done that in my
and
previous car.
big trunk.
It's just that I had a big trunk. You could have put 5 in the back, but I had 2 car seats back there, so that kind of ate up a lot of the space.
Did you have them on the ends?
Yes.
So just fuck the middle?
Yeah, he
Just
has
in
them
the
separate.
seats, yeah.
No, I'm saying, but you could do like middle and side and have one.
Oh
real
yeah,
seat.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
That's what we got, but we have an SUV.
Yeah.
So it's they're like
They're
when
chunky.
when we put in the baby seat, it does like grind up against the child seat.
why would you do that? Give him some space.
Well, because
Because then a human can sit.
Yeah.
Then we have 3 seats in
One
a
is
car.
that. Two is
They,
the safest
give them
part of
space.
the
They don't
car.
get up out of their seat
Yeah.
once the baby just fucking sits there like
The
this.
safest part of the car
Yeah,
is
but then
the
the-
back
between your
middle.
kids.
No,
The
they're not
child
between
can be
them.
like
I'm saying
slapping
they're
them
next
and
to each
shit.
other and the person's on the side.
I don't
Who's
give a
this
shit about
person?
that.
They need
Anyway.
space.
that's what I'm saying. Who,
It's an extra seat in our car.
Hitchhiker, you know, anyone we meet.
Yeah.
The fuck? My mother comes to town.
You
Greek
shove her in the
god.
back?
What
That
the
is
fuck
true,
else are we gonna
though.
put her on the trunk?
Once you put a
On
car
the roof?
seat in, you
What
don't
are
want to
talking
move the
about?
car seat.
If
Fuck you talking
Usain
about?
Bolt himself wants in my car, he will have.
I'm not gonna make him sit in the middle between 2 seats.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I feel
He's
like
a dog.
Squeeze on in there.
Usain Bolt deserves a front seat.
Oh yeah.
Whoever else
Sure,
who's
you're
in the
right.
car
Oh,
gets
you're
in the
right.
back.
If you wanted to get in, Jackie's in the back seat.
You were like dead set on getting this car. You're like, I need this car. I gotta find this car. And when it came down to it, I was thinking like, oh, maybe his car's messing up. Maybe it's something wrong with it. And you were like, no, I just hate the color.
It's like
No,
1,000 years old.
no.
it
it's-
needs about $1,000 worth of work.
Okay.
I got $500
But I
in
feel like
trade in,
mainly-
and I didn't fight that. I was
Maybe
like,
you were just like,
all right,
it's
that's
the
fair.
worst color ever.
Well, that was what I hated about it 10 years ago, and I've been living
he
with
just-
it for
yeah.
10 years
You don't like
as
the
I
soft,
hate the
like,
color.
baby blue?
Did not.
It's like, yeah, it's like
Didn't
oh,
enjoy that
To
color.
be
that the
fair, it was
color?
also it was like
It was hideous.
It was like
Do you hate my hair
60%
too?
blue,
Alright.
and the other
Dude.
40% like dense and and
I'm-
scratched paint.
Moved to Austin, and then within the first week there was a hailstorm. I was like, well, fuck it. I guess this is just what happens in Austin, and I don't care that much. So
Dude,
I'll
the-
wait for the next hailstorm, and I'll get
Dude,
it fixed.
I'm not,
Didn't hail again.
I'm not saying like
10
Gavin.
years.
Gavin doesn't own a fucking second car. I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know what the fuck Jeremy drove before he got his Mustang. I think he's got a Mustang, which is like, oh, it's totally Jeremy. Like, you know, I'm like, wow, you can fit one bag of groceries in your back seat.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I test drove that car and I was like, nah.
But like, you know, we don't ever talk about like Jeff's got a nice car, but there's never like, what kind of car you got, whatever. I think for the last 5 years, collectively, Chimano has been like, Brian, you gotta get a new car.
Oh, I know.
I'm so happy you got a new car.
Well, then I had kids,
I'm
and
so
I'm like,
happy you got a new car.
all right, if the kids can just
Sorry.
fuck up this car for a while, and no, but I
Now
finally
they're old enough to potentially not ruin a car.
now I can be like,
I get
don't
that.
you do it.
That's why we don't have new carpets.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
they're
we
gonna-
got a
they'll just get ruined.
almost 2.5-year-old
You gotta
and a
wait,
7-year-old. Her parents would be like, yeah, your car, we
Fix
gotta
them
get new
later.
carpets. Because we didn't have the money when we got our house. We spent everything on the deposit, and we didn't have the money to get new carpets. And now, and then it was like, oh, now we got shit in it. I don't want to take it all out.
Pain in
And
the
then
ass.
it became like, well, now my kids, fuck that. I don't give a shit. Like, Iris ruins the carpet every day twice. Twice so far. She has ripped apart a black ink cartridge, covered her body in it, eaten it, and rolled all over the
That
floor.
stuff doesn't come out.
And I was like, this is why we're not getting new carpets yet. I'll
Yeah,
wait till
I'm
they're
the-
like 6 and up.
I'm
and
the same with cats, where it's like we keep getting a cat every 2 years for some reason. But we're done now.
Right.
Three's enough.
That's
But it
right.
just,
You
it just
think.
means like,
Yeah.
hey, let's just never get nice shit. Let's never get fancy
Yep.
shit because the
It's
cat
just
will.
they're gonna ruin it. I see right
That was
now.
like tearing up your
when-
like dining room chair or something
Yeah,
like that.
we lost the 2 dining room chairs. They're gone. Not replacing them because we'll lose the next set.
Damn.
When Ryan, I was reading something. Somebody said shitting on Ryan's car has been a very consistent theme.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now I got a good
No,
one.
that's good. Would like now when anything happens to the rug, I go, whatever. Like I'll clean it up, but like I never go.
We know it's-
Oh my god! I hope it
am I to
doesn't
get rid of this
stain.
stain? Yeah.
So
Also,
it's just like
I'm gonna
that
look
would
stuff up.
fill me with dread if I got new carpets.
Shitting on Ryan's car. I mean, one of the first times that Fiona was here and we were hanging out with her, we were driving. I forget where we were going to, but Ryan
Hey,
was.
she hasn't earned the right.
I know, but she was there with us. She was with us listening to it and kind of
Okay.
going, yeah, like
You get it.
said,
You t-
yeah. But Ryan was in front of us as we were caravanning, and we're like, look at this piece of shit car. We are just kind of laughing at it a little bit. Then we get to the location. I know.
Harsh. He knows.
It seemed harsh.
I know it's a
until-
piece of shit
Ryan didn't
car.
go. I love this car.
Exactly.
No.
We got to the location. I went, hey, no, I'm sorry, Ryan. Like, funny story. We were kind of laughing and crying. Ryan goes, oh, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate this thing. Like, oh, you too.
Dude, it is great though. I will say, like having our newer car. Like I don't give a fuck about the old car. Like, oh, I dinged it. I don't give a shit. You know, like you get scripts and scratches and scrapes and like little paint coming off. Scrape, scrape, whatever. I'm just like, that doesn't bother me at all, and I kind of like that. I'm not like somebody who doesn't even work here, just works like in the complex. Like 2 or 3 years ago, dented our car. Really annoyed the shit out of me because
Did
it
they
was
pay
like.
for it?
Well, it was.
They left a
To be
note.
fair, it was a super windy day. We got to our car and there was a dent in the side of the door, and there was a note, and it was like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I was opening my door and the wind took it."
They
And,
owned
like,
up to
that-
it.
that
All right.
happened.
It hit
That
your
happens.
door. It's happened to me so many
Yeah.
times where I've caught it,
I go,
but
"Oh,
like the
shit."
wind took it and hit your car. Here's my information.
Less now that
You know,
they've surrounded us with
Wow.
buildings.
Let us know. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, all right. And I mean, the car had like scratches and stuff. It's all over.
That
it.
was
But
very
then-
honorable.
But it was
Holy
like,
shit.
it was a good like
Yeah.
dent right in the door, right in the passenger side door. And we're like, whatever. So I don't think we like ran to the shop, but the next time, I guess it was relatively soon. We didn't like sit on it, but we took it in. And we were just like, hey, what would this be like to fix? Like, they're offering, some people did it, whatever. And they're like, because of where it is, and it's like right on the like crease of like, it's just like this the design of the door. It's not like on an open part. It's on like where the door panel bends.
Yeah.
And basically they were like, we can't fix that. You have to replace the door. It's like $1,100.
Right.
And I was just like,
You can't just punch it out from.
basically no. They're like, we can't punch it out. And they were like, it'd be like $1,000. And I was just like,
Not worth it.
Wait for a whole new
mean-
door?
yeah. And I was just like,
Still a
Don't
door.
be more than that though.
Well,
I
then
was
you
just
see all
like-
the people on the internet. It's like, just take some hot water and pour it on the
Yeah.
door.
I did, to be fair, I was just like, I literally went like, and it was our only car at the time. We didn't have the new car yet. And I was just like, it's like 7 years, it's like 6, 7 years old. It's whatever. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to call these people up and be like, give me $1,000. I mean, the dent's like this big. It's just like, gotta change your whole door. Like, it's not like the door's destroyed, or like it's crushed or the window doesn't work, whatever. I'm like, fuck it, let's just leave it. So we still have it. But then I immediately, dude, I bought one of those like popper things. It didn't work at all.
Did not
I was
work.
like, I was just like,
You're lucky you didn't rip
you
the paint
stick
off.
it and
Yeah.
you so they go, and I go, fuck, they were right. It didn't work. Like, the dealer was right.
I think it's fun to not care about materialistic objects.
not gonna say I don't
like I
care.
dropped this in this podcast. It's already cracked.
Well, you have a new one.
Well, I do. That's the whole
The
point.
replacement
Right,
is
well,
on you.
that's a whole different thing.
This one has a crack through the lens, so even the videos are all like
Yeah,
stuff.
and we've released several of those videos. Yeah. Where if you're watching a videos and there's like a cool J.J. Abrams flavor, it's because Gavin has a crack across
he's
his
But
a
face.
talented
it's nice to
filmmaker.
not be like, oh no. Like if I drop my new one, I'd be like, I'd be all sad about it.
Yeah,
nice
there's
to
a
have
honeymoon
shitty
phase
stuff.
where I'm just like, no fingerprints, no dust, no scratches,
That's
nothing.
just no way to live,
I-
though. You're
I
living
feel
you're a
you.
prisoner
Yeah,
to
I
your own
agree.
shit.
I
get
feel
it,
you,
yeah.
but this is absolutely still a conversation that's coming from a place of people who can definitely afford another phone and aren't broke as shit. Because
Yeah.
anyone who is saying fuck you right now in the
Yeah.
chat.
No, but
Like,
at the same time, that's not necessarily true.
Well,
'cause
no,
I see some
with
people
anything,
where I'll
though.
be like, well, get a fucking new phone. People will be like, yeah, can I get a picture? And it's like they're holding a pocket full of broken glass. And they're like, it's whatever.
Well, that's the same with this. It's
It's just like-
I could have like fixed the back glass, but it's like, who cares about the back? That's just probably going to cost
No,
like $100.
You're
I'm not
absolutely
paying
right.
for that shit.
It's been incredibly liberating to own a car that I didn't give a shit about for this long.
yeah,
So I'm a little
Keeping
concerned about.
stuff beyond the point where you care
It's-
about it too
yeah.
much.
Too much
is amazing.
It's a good metric of like, obviously Ryan gave a shit about his car. Like, I need it to work. I'm not going to be like, oh, fucking take it to a destruction derby. But it's like, you know, dents, nicks, scrapes in the paint. What? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
That, especially me, like, getting through that of like caring about everything, it's absolutely like a weight like off your mind of like, who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. Like when I moved into my house, and my house was pretty new, but it was like 12 years old when I got it. And we moved in, and I'm like, gotta take care of this, gotta take care of that. My first like 2 years in my house was like anytime something like got broke or whatever, I had to replace it. And it's like, not to say now like I don't give a shit, but again, like the carpet, I'm like, fucking cares.
Yeah,
whatever,
I'm
who
at the
gives a
point
shit?
where, like,
oh, my air conditioning broke, gotta fix it. But like
cosmetic
carpet,
shit.
go for it. Fucking burn it. I don't care.
Yeah. Like anything that's like cosmetic damage, at this point, it's just like, it still works. It's
I
great.
can feel you.
As long as it's
there.
Like,
functional.
like
that's
if I'd have dropped this and it broke the phone, like it would no longer work, and it didn't happen to be the day the new one came out, I'd be annoyed.
Well, that was like, and I have no
So we're
plan.
arguing the same
I have no plan of getting a new one, but like I dropped mine recently and cracked the back of it, and my first thought was like, oh, it's the back. Who gives a shit? And it's also like under, so it's not even like.
Everyone got cracked phones out here.
Yeah, and
Man,
dude,
I
they
want
make
to.
them out of
Dude,
glass.
here's the thing, like,
Phone
Mine's
cases
cracked as
exist
well.
for a reason, fam.
Even
nah,
with
fuck
the-
that. It's too fat in your pocket, dude. Slide it right in. Who gives a shit?
It's true.
You can get thin profile cases.
Not thinner than the phone.
I mean,
It doesn't get
much
smaller.
Only get much thicker.
Like
though.
the case I've got
Much
on mine is like
thicker.
almost nothing.
Almost nothing.
There's a case on that?
Damn,
Yeah.
that's a nice.
I mean, it's nice, but I'll tell you, almost
Shit, man.
nothing is still something.
True.
So it's not much.
I have
not.
stupidly adhered to the Gavin principle of like, listen,
case.
they made it for a reason. They put all this like, they put like $1 billion in development into this thing, and you just slap a fucking case on, and that's all fat and like.
They
bleh.
make cases.
And I was just like,
That's the
Little
point.
big
They make like
cases.
$85 cases. I'm not gonna spend
They
another
know,
$100
yeah.
on a piece of thing that
See,
goes
again, I
around $1,000 thing.
Go
I'm
to
sick of it.
Amazon then.
We're talking about the
again-
case that did like they're $5.
I'd rather have a broken back of my
no,
phone.
Then a
I'm,
$5
again,
You're
again,
insane.
I'm not so much
Maybe a
of like
$5
the
one.
spending
Yeah.
the money on the thing,
That's
but
what
like,
Amazon
it
is
just
about.
makes it bigger.
No, I get it. The
You can
design.
give me a phone that's exactly the fucking same,
Yeah.
but it's protected, sure.
The
But
design,
once
the
it's
texture,
fatter,
everything on the phone
Look
is.
at
Especially isn't this
Yeah.
nice.
it's
That's a
bigger.
nice
Come on.
thin case.
That
What
versus,
I usually do is like I'll rock a case for like 6 months,
Oh,
and after
Ryan,
that I'm
it's
like,
gargantuan.
fuck it, I'm free.
please.
Look at that.
And then I enjoy
Well, okay.
it.
How's the
Like
phone
you're an
next to it without the case?
It's pretty. It's
About
pretty
the same,
even.
about
It's
the
about the
same.
same.
That's barely anything.
Yeah, no, I need a
barely.
case that you
So
can use.
this
as
will
a-
conversely, it probably does
That would have
little.
protected both of those backs.
Right. That
true.
really also does nothing.
Yeah,
honestly.
if I dropped it,
Like,
fair
I don't
chance
know.
to do. Well, and this doesn't even have a glass
That
back.
you know
so
what you know what
whatever.
that case would do? That would prevent you from seeing your broken phone if it was broken on the back. You'd go, my phone's cracked. Put the case on. No, it's not.
Well, the one thing it does, it's got good edge protection. That's the main thing. So if it hits on this, then
Why do you want edge protection? Edging is great.
Well,
not-
you know, if you flex your shit, you can last longer.
So I learned that today on this podcast.
I would love to watch this in 10 years when like these are just
Yeah.
I hate that I can't
Absolutely.
pick anything up.
Someone in the chat is saying, like, in all caps, like, cute OtterBox phone case. I'm like, you're not wrong.
I mean,
Yes,
they're
I
nice.
absolutely
Those
respect
things
it.
are
You're right.
OtterBox is
Those things are
nice,
like-
but like,
How much are those?
Those things are like a
official
fucking
Apple
chastity
cases?
belt.
They're being sarcastic in the chat, but it's true.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, so the 3 lenses. look
OtterBox, you could
stupid.
throw off a
It
fucking
does.
Yeah,
It looks
that's
fucking
why I
dumb.
need it, 'cause I
But that's the
drop shit
back
all
of the
the
phone
time.
at least.
It looks
Yeah.
like one of those old timey fucking movie cameras.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
switch
Again,
those.
I feel we're losing it in air. Everybody's complaining like, "Oh, you can get a cheap kit." I don't give a fuck how much it costs. I don't want to put shit on my phone. That's all I'm saying.
It doesn't matter how thin the case
People
is.
are
There's
like,
a clear difference.
people are
in
like,
feel.
fuck $80, you can get it for $20, and it's like,
Actually-
yeah, but I don't want shit on it.
I think
That's
they're
all.
all same.
And I like that because I'd rather this texture than this. This is just slippery and shit.
Yeah.
Not on this table.
Yeah,
You see that guy try to pick it up? It's like fucking throwing the stone over here. Fucking King Arthur.
Goodness.
I get my
No.
2 phones in a day. One for me, one for Jackie. I'm gonna fucking not spend half a day transferring my data, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go get a case,
good.
put it on there for 6 months, and then in 6 months I go, fuck it, take it out.
Now,
Wow, you're really trying there.
I just have to
drop my
pull
shit.
up and it would come up. But
Yeah,
it's
I drop
like
my shit
this
way
way,
too
it's
much
like-
to not have a case.
Did
I
it?
would break my phone every 2 seconds. Ryan
Yeah.
watched me 3 days ago. I dropped my phone like 6 times. He goes, "You're not having a good day,
Yeah,
are you?"
it's-
I was like, "No."
It's fucking brutal.
Dude, I saw, because Jack and I have the 10, and so I was like, oh, okay, we're not gonna do anything with these phones, so might as well trade them in. And then Apple's like, we'll take $400 for it. And I was like, $400 for this phone? I was like, sweet. And then I was like, that's what we're doing, hon. We're trading in our phones.
You
And
traded
then-
a phone for $400, and I traded in a car for $500 today.
Pew, 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 pew.
Awesome.
His phone had less dinks in it.
It did. And it wasn't ugly blue. So.
Wow. Yeah, right. It's true. Nor did it have stickers all over it.
So then I was
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
sweet, we're trading in these phones. That's like $800 back.
I always found
and then,
that
like-
cute and charming, though.
And like a couple of days later, I get into the car and Jackie goes, okay, don't be mad. And I was like, fuck. And she's like,
Oh no.
her phone
Snap,
is
crackle, pop.
shattered, dude.
Oh, on the front?
All over. I
Oh.
was like, what, do you take a hammer to this shit?
Does it not trade in if it's all smashed to pieces?
I mean, you could trade in for way less. So, I mean, we had the, like, protection plan, so we fucking did that and got it in time, and now, yeah.
nice.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by MeUndies. What's that I smell? Ah, yes, pumpkin spice. 'Tis the season. The leaves are crunchy. The breeze is crisp. It's officially onesie season, and it's officially time to get cozy and cuddle up. And MeUndies knows a thing or two about that. I love MeUndies. Most comfortable pair of underwear I've ever worn. Their jammies are amazing. It's a giant, it's like a suit of silk, is how I would describe it. It keeps you warm. It keeps you cozy. And really, it's the perfect thing to wear if you don't want to leave the house. Or even if you do, that's fine. Everybody else will just be jealous. When they say they're soft, they mean they're softer than the foam on top of your pumpkin spice latte. MeUndies are designed to be the softest thing you've ever put on your body, available in sizes extra small to 4XL. MeUndies just introduced 5 new silhouettes with the Feel Free collection for women, designed with every body type in mind, and feather light waistband for you to feel free. New prints drop every Tuesday, so you'll never run out of ways to express yourself. MeUndies has a great offer for our viewers and listeners. For any first-time purchasers, when you buy any MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. To get your 15% off and your first pair, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/offtopic. That's MeUndies.com/offtopic. Treat yourself.
See, I'm in a weird position where like I want to make sure things do work if they're broken, so I can't get behind the mentality of like it's broken, but it still is like kind of okay. It's like, all right, I get a little iffy about that. But as far as like holding on to clothes and shit and other material objects, I have zero connection to that now. I'm all about the Marie Kondo life. Like, get it out of there.
Does it bring you joy?
I just got rid of 6 things of clothes. I was like, fuck you, I'm
What's
out.
a 6?
Yeah, what is
6
6
full
things?
trash bags
Like
of clothes.
bags?
Trash bags.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's
like
where
6 shirts. 6 whole
That's
shirts.
it.
that's where I fucked up on this car because the one thing I did do was I got a nicer version
That's
of
your
it.
car?
Yeah, that's it. I
Oh.
throw it on the
Wow.
ground. It's like capsule core.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I got the one with nicer
You're
shit in it,
boneless.
and so there's so many electronic gadgets that can fuck up in this
Yeah,
vehicle.
but it's nice
the
though.
guy
It's
literally
fun.
came out to the car with me after I bought it and spent 30 minutes just showing me all the buttons.
Yeah.
We got that.
Awesome.
We got that. We bought our
It is
car.
kinda awesome.
And it was
I love it.
awesome. And then,
You're a
and
tech
then,
junkie.
and then in the next year, I found 50 things he didn't tell me about. I went, oh, it
I'm
does
looking
that too.
forward to that, yeah.
It does
Yeah.
this. That's
Yeah,
cool.
right? It's like, oh,
he
man,
didn't
my
tell
car can
me.
do this now?
He didn't
Holy
tell me
shit.
about the little the lane detector light.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck is that? Oh, there's somebody right next to me in
Yeah,
my blind
it's like,
spot.
don't go.
I love that. It's like,
Don't
hey,
merge.
watch out.
My
There's
key
a guy
fob
there.
is a transformer.
Oh, I had one of those too.
What does that mean?
Oh, it comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I love that.
That's for the valet. You give them like this thing, and you
Right.
keep
It's,
this thing.
it's, yeah, it's not actually like, well, yours is actually still a key.
Yeah.
Well, it can
Sometimes it's just
start on the
that,
key. Yeah.
and you just put it in
We
the
don't
car
do
and it
have
detects it.
a key slot.
think it
we don't
does
even have
actually.
that.
Sometimes it just pops out.
I'll switchblade
We don't even have that. Dude,
That was my
That's
Volkswagen.
interesting.
we had, again, same thing. We had our new car for, and our old car had the same kind of fob, but it didn't do that. So we went somewhere and valeted the car, and Lindsay was like, he's like, oh, can I get your key? And she's like, here you go, and gave him like her key ring, which has 8,000 keys on it. And the guy was like, oh, we can't take this. Like, we can't be responsible
This
for all
is
this
too
shit.
much.
Yeah,
And he
legally,
literally
you
went,
can't do that.
popped it off, and gave her keys back. And we were like, what the fuck?
What'd you just do?
Do that?
Yeah. And
That's
then-
how we found
And
out
then he
that our
pulled off
key
his
fob
mask
could
and
do
it was
that.
Chris Angel. He's like, "Are you ready?"
Yeah, he went,
Oh, fuck.
that's how we found out that our key fob could come apart like that. And now we roll up to the valet and we're like, here you go, dude. Yeah, it comes apart.
So wait, with the Tesla, do you give him the card then?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
got
would
a
imagine.
The
Yeah.
card, right? You give him the card and just go.
Oh yeah, no, it's got a valet card. It's like a credit card
Separate?
size thing, yeah. That you can give 'em.
The driver
think
gets a
if I
cool
remember.
little Hot Wheel. The
I can't
valet
wait
gets
to-
like a
I can't
peasant.
wait.
Right,
like,
and I think
flat
it actually
I
not only
was
that.
gonna say, if you're getting a drink, you're SOL.
If I remember
Is there more?
You gotta make
correctly,
another run.
Get,
it,
He only
uh,
brought us like 4 things. Each of us have had
get us
one.
more.
I think it limits the speed of the car too, so they can't like if they use the valet thing, they
probably
can't
some
go
in the
like super
fridge.
fast.
That's awesome. I love
The other way.
tech. Fuck, I hate that I love tech, but I love it.
Everybody's leaving.
I know.
Bye guys.
While we're at it, do you guys want another cupcake before I get rid of this?
No,
Okay, cool.
I'm good.
What-
It was
what-
very good though,
7-1.
What cupcake?
They're right there. They're pumpkin with cream cheese.
and I like that
proud of
the
them.
icing. Wait,
Save me one for Jack.
Okay.
it didn't
She'll
have
kill me if I
sprinkles
don't
on
get
it when I got them.
Some of them did.
You
and some
added
didn't.
sprinkles?
Yes.
I missed the superfluous sprinkle.
Which is funny. So I
What is
slacked
that, a fucking
Cody.
spreadsheet?
Yeah, I slacked Cody from broadcast to talk about
Okay, I
them.
grabbed this by
And this is
accident.
a
but I feel
direct
like I should
quote.
just bring it out.
Oh yay!
I thought I had 2 beers, and then I walked into the light, and one was a Diet Coke. It was intervention. It was intervention for Ryan.
There's a whole sign for the
dark.
cupcake?
Yeah, it's a disclaimer.
Yeah, that was.
Is it
Where did you
disclaimer?
print that? Where did you find the background? Like,
Again, I slacked it to Cody. Cody was amazing. Put it in the background and
made
did
him do all the
this.
work. Okay.
I didn't
That
make
makes
him do
sense.
shit. He chose
did.
to.
You did, in a way.
Just like you
did.
choose to be an annoying asshole. Sometimes.
Whoa!
Wait,
No.
What
I
is
am the
your
way I am.
oldest piece of underwear?
Probably the one I'm wearing right now, actually.
You got some old shit on?
When do you throw it away? When there's a hole, right?
So yeah, I realized that because you can kind of recognize, like I've been doing like me undies recently because you know the little feel softer and
They
nicer.
do.
But then I also recognized the shit that I was bought by my mum when I was a teenager that I still have.
I had a good amount
And
of
it's like you put them on and you got like a nut sack coming through a little bit, or like
Jesus.
just like some knob skin. This is
thing
like, I
is,
really
like-
should throw these
Yeah,
away.
the thing, and like
Get
underwear,
rid of them.
or
They
like
still
underwear
function, they
or
still, like-
boxers, you can get away with it longer than socks. To me, like if I got a hole in my sock, throw it away
I hate it.
immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like the
Ideally,
toe,
you should wear
Yeah.
your boxers.
either the toe or the heel. Right, your boxers, it's like I got a ball hole. Who cares?
But no one knows.
Yeah,
But like
it still holds
dude,
in the
was
greater
lit.
good.
I probably rinsed clean all my like
Thinking highly
shit
of yourself, huh?
I moved here with, but like I probably maybe 3 years ago had boxers from like 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, the worst part
When
is
I was
you,
like, I gotta get rid of these Grinch boxers that I got when
Yeah.
I was
I
15
know
for
exactly
Christmas.
what pair you're talking about.
Yeah, they had the fucking Grinch on them.
It wasn't just your balls hanging out; it was everything. I
What
was like,
did you
dude, this is
do
not
with
covered
that?
at
Yeah,
all.
that was
Paper.
supposed to be enticing to
how
you.
did you make this paper airplane on the piss?
You've never seen it make for paper airplane?
pissy,
No, but you've got it. It's a square piece of paper, and you clearly didn't fold it square.
No, you're not supposed to. You keep the rectangle, you fold the tips, and that's the front of the plane. What are you talking
Look
about?
at the wings.
Yeah, they're like that.
What? No, what he's
Something's
saying
gone
is
really
this.
wrong here.
Your
Oh, yeah,
shape
yeah.
is off.
It's
That's
a
all.
It
little-
was
it's
like
a
you
little
turned
wonky.
it 15 degrees and then baked.
It still flies.
That was a pretty good
It
paper
did
airplane,
great.
though.
Yeah, it was actually not bad.
I'll be honest, it went.
The whole
That was weird.
car buying process, though, is utter bullshit.
How so?
Well, okay.
Can't be done quick.
It takes
That
forever.
is-
My-
it's
my-
like-
Forever.
it was like 3 hours of me just sitting there
CBDQ?
waiting on
3
things.
hours is quick.
But what my main complaint with it was trying to fucking just pick a car. Because, okay, so I got a Honda. I go to Honda's website. You know, I'm living in an age where Amazon's a thing. So I go to Honda's website. It's got this whole, like,
Yeah,
here,
well,
you can...
burn down, but go ahead.
It burned down?
Yeah.
The Amazon.
The Amazon.
Yeah.
The more
Nice.
specific you get with a
part.
car, the
Got
harder
him.
it is.
Well, there's no specific. You go through it and it's like,
Customize
it has all these customizing options, and you get to the end of this process. You've lovingly crafted this fucking
Yeah.
car.
That was a
and then it's
mistake
just
what
like,
you've done.
Yeah.
all right, here's some dealerships. You can see
Right.
what they got.
Right. I'll be honest. Your mistake was going to the car website and not the dealership
I can do
website.
that with Tesla?
Well, Tesla. I mean,
different.
come on, Brian. You didn't buy a Tesla.
I didn't.
Okay. That's- you
didn't.
can't take the Tesla customer care and apply it to anyone. You got to go to the dealership and they go, "This is what we got."
this is what we got.
And you settle.
Which one you
I think
want?
Brian goes, "I'd like this car," and they go, "Fuck you. How about that?" All right. What do you
That car
have?
does not exist currently.
I looked at every Honda dealership in 400 miles, and they all had
400.
400
Like a
miles.
400-mile radius?
In a 400-mile radius, and that's a lot of Hondas. I opened a lot of websites.
Do you prefer Honda or are you exclusively
I
Honda?
was driving
or-
Did you say Honda?
Honda.
You get the Honda?
Yeah, you did a Honda.
Honda.
You shoot.
This might be my first Honda, actually. I was
Really?
driving a Toyota before this, but you know
Okay,
what?
see?
Trader.
Toyota burned me. You know what they did?
What?
Oh.
Still have those
And-
Japanese cars is what I'm learning. But go ahead.
Well, no, they run forever. Let's be
yeah.
honest. Yeah, even my shit car
Toyotas
is
and
still
Hondas
fucking
are-
driving.
Yeah.
It's
Run
it's
forever.
hemorrhaging oil from its goddamn brain, and it's still driving.
American, Japanese, German for me in cars. But go ahead.
Okay.
American.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ford. I'm a Ford girl.
But they burned me in that
She's from Texas, dude.
the modern. I
Dude is a
think
piece of shit. Cars are great.
Let him talk about his car. Shut up.
the 2018 at least Toyota series only supported Apple CarPlay and not Android Auto.
I mean, that's a big one.
Makes
though.
sense.
That's-
I've never
That's
used
for
Android
entertainment.
Auto, but not being told that they only had Apple. Fuck you.
That's such a Ryan move.
Ryan, we almost bought a fridge that had a fucking screen on it, so you could like have you connected to your Android, but it only did Android, and we're like, fuck this fridge.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not buying a new fridge and a new phone. Get out of here.
Dude,
Ridiculous.
kitchen shit is expensive as
expensive.
ball holes.
You thought
Yeah.
furniture
Balls are
was expensive.
super expensive. Dude,
I think that's how you get a vasectomy.
Yeah, does anyone have ball holes out there?
I
They usually sew them
guarantee
back
you,
up when they're done.
I
but-
had one, they closed it.
Okay.
They made it as well.
Okay.
They made it and sealed it up.
They made a hole and then closed
Yeah,
it.
that's how when we got our car last year. We got it at the beginning of last year.
Stop! I almost tripped again.
I definitely heard a noise.
wrong with it
I heard a
today?
noise. Silence. It
Yeah.
was just like.
I
and
was
then you
once
went like
again,
that,
it's like,
so
where's
I-
the defib?
Is that thunder?
I think that's weather. It's weather or something, because nothing
Or
happens
truck.
over there though.
Yeah.
What the hell would it be?
It's weather truck or base.
There's no truck over there.
Just generic bass.
There's a truck
Someone's
driving through the
blasting
building.
bass.
There's a subwoofer somewhere.
When we got our car at the beginning of last year, basically it was just because for kids, like Iris was a couple months old, right? Let me do the math here. Yeah, it was like, all right, we'll get a car after, we have Iris, because I didn't really drive, but I was just like, fuck that. Like I knew so many kids growing up where like one of their parents drove, and it was just like a fucking nightmare of like, oh well, so and so can take you. Well, they're busy. Well, fuck you then. And it's like, well, what's your mother doing or your father, whoever? And they're like, not driving. And it's like, why? And they just don't. So I got away with it for as long as humanly possible, and then like I was like, all right, I'm gonna hang up the old not driving belt. Like, I just imagine like Iris is like, I want to go to the park, and I'm like, your mom's out of town, and they're like, okay, and I go, well, you're fucked.
My-
dude.
my-
Get back upstairs and play more video
you're
games.
fucked, dude.
My not driving belt is as old as some of my underwear. Like my
Right.
non-driving
Solid.
belt also
Right.
has holes where my nuts poke
Yeah.
through. And
So I was just like, we need another car, like for when we got the kid, just because like there'll be times where like she's at work and I'm not or whatever and this and that. But like the car that Lindsay had when I met her is a Ford Edge, and she got it like
Nice
at like.
SUV.
It's a nice, like, small sized SUV. It's an SUV, so it's got the space in the trunk, but it's not like like a giant fucking truck. It's not like super wide. It doesn't feel like a truck. It feels like a car driving it, which is like, okay, cool, whatever. It's good for space, and it's like good safety rating, good for like collision.
It'd be a big car in Europe, but not here.
Right, not here. No, it's especially in Texas. It's like you got that little bitch SUV.
The amount of like pickups I see that are like longer than a car with like 2 sets of wheels on either side.
It was early on of me moving here. First few months probably hanging out with Lindsay, where I remember we went to Whataburger and I like tweeted a picture of it and we were waiting in line and there was like 4 trucks that were exactly the fucking
Big
same.
white truck.
They were like, it was like big white truck, big white truck, big white truck, big white truck, and none of them had anything in the back. And I'm like, why? Like again, I grew up like my brother works in construction. I worked, for an electrician. Like everybody knew I had trucks because they had ladder racks and fucking tools and equipment, and all this shit. Everybody here has trucks with nothing in it, and I'm like, why? Why do you have these giant trucks? I don't understand it.
That's like saying, why do you drive a car with no one in the back seat? Like if you just drive to work on your own.
I mean,
Like they just might not be using it.
I mean, you guys got SUVs.
No.
Why do you have SUVs?
because we constantly use it.
Yes.
We constantly fill it with shit.
And
Okay.
we do have people who constantly drive with us, even though we just have that one empty space. It's
like-
there and available.
Pickup truck is, come on. I mean, pickup truck is the opposite of an SUV. Like an
True.
SUV is like,
Well-
hey, somebody might sit in the back.
No, the ones
A
you're
pickup
talking
truck
about are
is you
fucking
don't-
king cabs, though.
Pickup trucks, like most of the ones.
King
no,
cabs
that's
have
true.
like they have a full like back seat.
It's like
With
when
doors and
you're
everything.
sacrificing
You were from
inside
Texas,
space,
Lindsay.
When you're sacrificing
That's what those
interior
SUVs are called.
space for exterior space, fucking put something in the exterior. You know what I mean? It's like oh, how many people does your car fit? One.
Isn't that a Jim Gaffigan?
It's like
bit?
we don't even have a passenger seat.
You should
that's on the outside.
You should start a business where you rent like a generic gov.
Put something in
package. You it's like a big lump of what looks like stuff.
be
and
inflatable.
you rent it to
you
people
go.
with pickups who don't currently need to transport something.
It's just like if 100% stereotype or not, like people fucking love having trucks here, whether they use them or not. I don't understand it. Like
It's
having
like them being in the South. is the
having
same way,
having
yeah.
a bed.
I mean, the roads are massive. You might as well.
Having a truck bed, but again, like put it on the inside of the car. Having a truck bed
That's a suburban.
here
which
is like
hideous.
having where I'm from having fucking expensive rims, where they're like, look at that. What do? Nothing.
Shine.
But I paid a fortune for it.
There's
It's like, look at all that space in the back of my truck. What are you carrying? I don't know, but like I'm looking for something. That's the
Usually-
guy, like, you moving? You need to move? I'll fucking drive right on over.
Or if people aren't putting shit in the back of their truck here in Texas, it's always like you're moving your kids from A to B, which you shouldn't do, or moving your dog from A to B, which you also shouldn't do. So,
I don't think either's legal anymore.
It's not. I'm
Used
just
to
saying
be
people
you
do
could
that.
do that, but nowadays.
There
Hop on
are
in, Spot.
there are some roads
My
here
day.
that are just like would be considered like side roads or like roads, not a highway, but they're still like 5 lanes wide and you can go anywhere and stuff. And I'm used to like going between towns, like countryside in England, where there's just one lane, and if there's a car coming the other way, you just have to like pull off into the like,
Yeah,
hedges
why-
and round.
Why? Why
Because
is it
they
that
didn't
way
have
over there?
cars. Because
Alright,
it's like a
just-
million years old.
It was
They didn't have
they're
cars
made-
over here.
They're made for horses.
This country's older than cars.
Not that much.
Yeah, but I mean,
Still
I
is.
would argue that our infrastructure,
they were
our
like-
roads
someone
were
went-
created for vehicles.
Someone
as
went,
opposed
oh
to
shit.
The UK.
I see where this is going. They were
Yeah.
like, knights, enter the battle, ride the swords and horses.
All right, look, like
You guys had
middle
like,
of
you
London,
guys had like
sure.
millions of years.
True.
We had like, they're like, all right, we're doing what they're doing. And 100 years later, they were like, fuck, dude,
But
none of this works
There
anymore.
are there are those giant, super wide, long pickups, like the double wheels on the back. That wouldn't
Dude,
fit
you know
on
you
one of
need-
those. Like
when
if,
you got
if,
six
if like a
wheels.
European car came around the corner and then saw that, they would just flip into
Not even just
it.
whenever I would vacation with my family, if we ever went overseas to the UK or like we did a trip to France and Germany, we had our what we thought were normal sized suitcases for Americans, and we brought them, and everyone's like, "Wow, you bring enough shit?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, like we're blocking everything."
Yeah,
Oh.
as soon as you like an American goes to, like the back streets of Lisbon or something, and they're in the tiny little the cobble roads, and they're just like dodging in and out of
And
parked
then you're
cars.
driving, driving on the roads.
The worst was we went to Heidelberg, which is a tiny town in Germany. It's very historic. Like literally, the castle is still there, and the remainder of the town is inside of castle walls that were built hundreds of years ago. And in the most stereotypical, embarrassing American tourist manner, my father drove through the middle of town, which is not meant to be driven through. It's just people sitting there drinking their coffees and enjoying a pastry, and we're like, "Hi, everyone, we're assholes."
Yeah, there are a lot of like
Y'all know where the
pedestrian-only
Dunkin' Donuts
cities.
is?
So anyway, with that car, we were like, time to get a new car. And this is how I went to counter Ryan's searching and the website, whatever. And I go, here's what we'll do. We'll get that car, but new. Where is
Same
it?
car.
Where is it? And then I looked it up. I'm like, they have it. And then we went there. I went, we want this car. And he went, there it is right there. And I was like,
Thank you.
okay. He's like, do you want to test drive it? And I went, I guess. And we drove it for a minute. And I was like, okay, we'll buy it because we already own it. But this one's new.
What is the point of a test drive? Like some cars just you don't like
Yeah,
the feel.
I mean, the
Like,
feel-
Well, completely.
I will say, again, not driving a lot and getting the car solely for we're gonna have kids. We need 2 cars. We need to go. I was just like, whatever. We need a second car. You like the car you have. I'm fine with it. Let's just get it. Let's just get 2 of them. I'm fine with that. I don't give a shit. We got the car, and I was like, oh, this one's so much better. That 8 years difference. I was like, oh, the other one's a piece of shit.
There's a lot of things.
Now
that change.
it's like when we do take separate cars to work for whatever reason, like this morning, I had a doctor appointment, so I went early and she took that car. I was like, oh, I guess I'll take the new car. Fuck you. And I drove away going, suck on that. I'm driving the new car.
Yeah, for the longest time I wanted a Mustang, and I test drove it, and I was like, this car is really stiff. I didn't like how it
stiff, like steering it.
just kind of like
stiff being
steering.
with cars.
I mean, it had a lot of torque, but it just I don't know. It just felt kind of stiff compared to like what I drove before.
Some cars
It's
are like, and some
Yeah.
cars are like,
Well, there's the steering stiffness, and also you can change it, but the
we talk
wheel.
about cars for so long.
Yeah, the wheel alignment is a big thing for me.
Car day.
That's fine. I got a new car. Celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wheel alignment.
Yeah, if the car's wheel alignment is slightly off, I can absolutely tell. I'm like,
On a
we're
brand
drifting
new
little
car?
Isn't that
bit,
just the problem with that
drifting, yeah.
specific car? That's not like,
Yes, it
hey,
is.
Mustangs have bad wheel alignment.
Yeah, no, that's just
down
about that
to the-
specific
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, but if you were going to buy that specific car, you
Yeah.
would want to make sure that
Oh,
it's
so
not
you're
fucked
test
up.
driving the one that you're gonna
Yeah, that's
get.
true. I mean,
You're
you're
testing it for
leaving with that car.
functionality.
And you go, okay,
Ideally,
bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
For example, I was going home 2 days ago and I pointed to Michael. I was like, dude, look at this car. And in front of us, this car's alignment was so off that he was driving this is the road straight. He was going like this. Like that's how his
He's
car
going
was moving. I was
sideways,
"The
like a plane in
fuck?"
high winds.
yeah. He was just drifting the whole way home. Whoop.
That's got to be loud as fuck inside too.
Dude, and not one driving that much. In New Jersey, I drove to work. That was my when people go, oh, you didn't drive? I go, no. And they're like, oh, how'd you get to work? And I go, well, I drove, but it was like a bus. You know, it's like I get in the car, I drive to work, I drive home. That was it.
Like Gus Fring.
Right, and it's 5 minutes away. You know what I mean? So I'm just I'm not cruising, doing whatever. So it was all side streets, tiny not even major roads. I didn't go on highway, whatever. Probably the fastest I went was 40, 45. You know, here, especially in Texas, there's highways
You're
everywhere.
going 120.
Dude, 150, 180. Driving it and Texas being flat, with the winds and shit, driving at 80, 85, you're driving, and all of a sudden you're like, Jesus fuck. It's the wind, driving 90 miles an hour and getting against the wind will fucking push your car, where you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, Dan, we were we shot the last few videos we did in a quarry just because I don't want to blow up my backyard
Makes sense.
anymore.
Fair enough.
And we just rented this massive truck, a big box truck that they use here sometimes. And just big straight road to this quarry. It took an hour to get there. And then Dan was like, whoa! And the whole thing was like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
just
when
not used to that shit.
If you're not used to that too, you can literally feel it. If you're sitting at a stoplight and you have
Yup.
an 18-wheeler go by, you feel your car.
18-wheeler, just a car.
Yeah.
You'll be sitting at a red light, on a highway where you're turning into a community or whatever, but you're on a road where it's 80, and you're in your car going.
Yeah, but the thing is with
And I
this
was
box
just
truck,
Jesus.
the driver's seat was floating. It was one of those suspension
yeah.
seats.
Yeah.
So Dan's
I saw,
he's
Sierra.
doing this, and we're thumping all around. I'm like, whoa, shit! And he was
Dude, I mean, going to school, that was the best part about going on the school bus, was the back of the bus, you'd hit a bump, you're like, hit the roof, okay, go.
Yeah.
Keep going to school.
Yeah.
But I said,
cars.
and that was it.
I like we can now use these silences for like, just put the ad read there.
Dude, put it there.
Sure.
Did you put it there?
I knocked him out.
Can I borrow your key?
Slide 'em in.
Bathroom?
I don't have my key.
Damn it. Okay,
I have
well,
my wallet right there.
that's what I meant.
My keys are for a car.
It's true.
Moving
Not
on from
anymore.
cars.
Now
It's
it's just
it's
a fob.
key card. You can understand why I said key.
Yeah, but you said key though.
Can't wait to get
Say
another
card.
car.
We're talking about cars. Key makes it like key. Come on.
That's true.
Modern cars don't like keys,
They don't.
which I can't wait to not work one day.
I love that
I just
for
walk into my car and I have no recourse to get in it. I'm just gonna be like,
Well, don't you have the code?
It's not working.
it doesn't have a code.
See,
I
ours
haven't
has
seen
that.
a code in a while. They still make those?
I
Yeah,
didn't-
ours has that where like
On the handles, like the code.
it's not on the handle. It's like a touch screen, like on the window, where like if you tap it, then like an LED lights up, where you can hit a code and your door
That's really
unlocks.
cool.
That's awesome.
So it's like
That's some Iron Man
I mean,
shit.
like if you lost your key, you're still fucked. You can't turn the car on. There's
Yeah.
no code inside the
Yeah,
car.
but you can get in.
But you could get in.
Like,
or like if you,
help, my
lock
baby.
your keys in the car, yeah, or you're fucking stupid and leave your baby in the
Yeah.
car, which like you're fucking stupid. If you leave
Exactly.
your baby in the car.
Dude,
I
that
have no
happens a
sympathy
lot.
for that.
People
Babies in
always do
cars?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
it's
go,
not the
hey,
best
you
kind of
know,
people,
people
but-
go, hey, when you're a parent, you know, you understand. Nah, fuck you. You suck. You just suck. Don't leave your kids in the car. It's not that hard.
There's generations of people that didn't abandon their children in dangerous
They're
situations.
like, I left my child in the horse and carriage, and they drove off. It's like, I'll never see them again.
The horse
There's
just
calling
lost
out,
its shit.
Can you come back with my baby? You know, it's like, take your kid out. You know?
Yeah.
Oh man, I did. Close my line. I'll be like, a lot of times too. If like I have kids or one or both of them in the car, whether Lindsay's there or not, like I'll get in the driveway. I'll get out myself and I'll open the door first, and then I'll go back and get them. So it's not like I'm holding them and then the door, and it's like I'm walking to the front door like, kids in the car, kids in the car, kids in the car, kids in the car, kids in the car. Like I'm waiting to yell and scream where someone's like, kids in the car. I'm like, I know, I'm just opening the front door. I'm coming back. I swear to God, I'm coming right back. Like it's
And
like
people are
it's
fucking
almost
hyper-aware,
it's almost like
too.
Yeah, they
panic
are.
inducing. Like I have a 4-second walk from my car to my front door, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I get the door open and I run back to the car and I drag them
Everyone's ready
inside.
to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you
I'll
fuck.
smash it if you need me.
Vault465 asks if this is pre-recorded. Yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
this is
Yeah.
pre-recorded.
And we are psychic.
And thank you for pre-leaving a comment.
That was calculated and planted.
Dude, that was good. That was
Your eye looks cool.
yeah, it does look
It's all
cool.
messed up.
Yeah, so I got
Halloween's
LASIK
around the corner.
I got LASIK last week on Thursday.
Sorry, I cracked up on the subreddit because one of their posts was Michael got LASIK in the subreddit. Been a while since I've been in there. First comment, who gives a shit? No, I was like, that's
I mean, it's a fair question. It's a fair question. Who does give a shit?
really made me laugh.
You know what I mean? It's you know.
There wasn't
whatever.
even, if I remember, the post didn't even have like a punctuation. It was just like, Uncle got like, okay.
There's no picture, no link.
Yeah, it
and it's
didn't
just
link
like,
to a tweet.
Hey guys!
It's okay. You know
I
what?
thought you'd want to know.
The guy saw me walk in, was like, "What's up, man? I got LASIK." There was a. This is funny. There was a fan at the place I got it done, but I never met them. I just had other people tell me about it because they were like, "By the way, you were here last week," and somebody was freaking out. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
They were gonna do your LASIK, but they were like this.
Yeah. So I was like, but it's good though. It was honestly pretty simple as far as like from start to finish. It was like, okay, I'm gonna look into it. Scheduled the consultation, went in, super simple. Like, look in this machine, look in that machine. Like, I didn't do an eye test till like the very fucking end, which is awesome because I don't have to do anything. It's basically like, look at this machine. There's a fucking house. The house gets bigger and smaller. All right.
Oh,
good.
yeah, the house
Now your
machine.
other eye,
Yeah.
big old house
Yeah,
machine.
they always do that.
Red house, red barn.
Yeah.
You know. And they were like, okay, cool. It was like 20 minutes, and they're like, yeah, you're good. You can get it. And I was like, oh shit, really? And they're like, yeah. So then had a next appointment at like the LASIK center. It's like a different place. Went for that appointment. The fastest I've ever been in and out of like a doctor appointment or whatever. Like technically, I don't even think I saw a doctor. It was like, sit at this machine, look here. Sit at this machine, look here. All right, bye. And it was like, it like 3D like mapped my eyeballs. And then I had, so I had the consultation, I had the eye mapping, and then I had like a final exam by the actual surgeon who was gonna do the procedure. And so then he, I went in, I did like an actual eye test of like, G, B, whatever. And he was like, his fucking eyes are terrible. And I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. And he was like, okay, you're good, cool. See you in 3 days. And then like the whole thing start to finish of like going and asking was like about 2 weeks, maybe like a little over 2 weeks. But even that was because I was traveling for like an entire week where I couldn't do it.
So you can take
So like no joke, I
like
probably could have done it in 7 to 10 days if I wasn't out of town. I was out of town Tuesday to Friday, and Monday was Labor Day. So like I couldn't do anything that week. So then I got the surgery last Thursday, and I say like waking up Friday, like I'm like almost where my glasses were, but I had really bad astigmatism in both eyes. So it's like a much longer recovery. A lot of people are like, dude, the next day it was nuts. Also, like common misconception, at least for people telling me, are like, fucking 20/20 vision. My doctor was like, you're fucking never having 20/20 vision. Like, you're fucking no way. They kept asking me like almost like the like apprehensive like, so what do you expect out of this surgery? And I'm like, to be alive without glasses? And they're like, oh, thank God. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. But if you were like, I want to see perfect, we're going to laugh in your face because there's no way. Your eyeballs are fucked.
So if you combine what you've had done with glasses, do you see better than before?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that because like literally today, so I had
get up to 20?
I had a post-op, possibly with glasses. I probably could.
Dude.
So I had a post-op the day after.
Stack glasses.
And I did, the eye exam.
The stats stack. They stack.
And they're like, okay, whatever. And my left eye is like way blurrier than my right eye, as of like even right now, which is weird because like your brain kind of compensates. Like most of the time, it's fine. Like it's like one normal vision, but if I close one and then the other, I'm like, oh, this eye's awesome. This eye fucking sucks. So occasionally, because they're super tired from the surgery, like it'll start to separate, or I'm like, ugh. It's like a contact going out of place. But then there's nothing you can do about it. Like the worst feeling sometimes is I've had this several times because I wore contacts for a bunch of years, where I'll be at home and go, fuck, I gotta take my contacts out. Oh fuck, I'm not wearing any. Those are just my eyes. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Put one in.
They just put eye drops in and go to bed. I'm like, that's it. But I had a checkup again today, and they were like, it's hard to tell because there's no comparison. Like with glasses, you go, I can't see, I can see, I can't see, I can see. But without them, it's just like, I think I'm seeing better. I don't know. So I went in today, and my left eye, which like if you asked me, is it any better than last week? I'd be like, no, not at all. But like I did a line further today on the eye chart, like one smaller line. So my surgeon was like, I'm pretty confident you'll be fine. But like when I went in, he did say with the level of astigmatism.
That's not exactly the kind of
it's fine.
report you want.
No, it is because like before I went in, they went with your eyes. There's probably a 10 to 15% chance you'll need to get a follow-up procedure. But it's all covered in like the one. It's not like we're gonna charge you more money or whatever. Like they don't want to do it. They're like, fuck, we're doing it for free. We don't want to do it. But they're like, your eyes suck, so you might need to get like a touch-up done. So I'm thinking again, like talking to Trevor, he's like 2 days, like whoa, glorious vision, and I'm like, it's been 8 days. So I went to the surgeon today and had my checkup, and he was like, no, they're good. They're healing good. You can see better than you could last week. Like I think within another couple of weeks you'll be fine, but. If not, we can do, we'll do like a really slight follow-up procedure, but I would give it 2 to 3 more weeks. So like, that's the only thing where like everyone who's heard that I got LASIK, like, can you fucking see amazing now? And I'm like, not really.
But you've already been sitting at the back. You've been like on the back seats without glasses.
The difference is being like, what? To like, I can kind of see that. Which is like, again, it's substantial for me, but like, I still couldn't like read something far away. So like I'm hoping I get there in the next few weeks, but like I can absolutely be like alive without my glasses. Yeah. But then again today, I had that thing where you asked, where like, they did my eye exam again without anything. Like what can you see, how good you can see? And then they're like, okay, we'll do the whole eye thing again. I'm like, fuck, you can make this even better? Like I would say today is probably the best I've ever seen with my eyes, where like I've got the surgery. And then I also did the like 1 or 2. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen this far. Like, I'm almost excited to get glasses just to have them. Where like, I could see 20/20 if I wanted to. Yeah. The whole point of it was to live without glasses. But like, if I can get to my old prescription or a little bit better, that's great. I'll probably still get a pair of glasses after my eyes settle, so then I can have super eyes.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
think you should
my
do that.
vision
Yeah.
with
Because that's
glasses,
more important, right?
my
than the
vision
way
with
it looks.
glasses were still fucking terrible. You know, the last 6 years I've worn them, and I'm like, I'm fucking blind as shit.
Yeah,
People
I mean, I've
people
watched
go,
you-
but you have glasses.
I've
I'm
watched
like,
you text like this.
Your
for-
astigmatism.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that,
Yes.
dude, now I'm texting like this. Now I'm 6 inches
That
back.
was before you came here and started working at RTE too, wasn't Jack? Like, you need glasses, dude. You're looking at the lens like here.
Well, no, I mean, I knew I needed them, but like, I didn't drive really, and everything I did was up close. So it was just like,
Like your screen.
Screens up
right, my
there.
video games or like I worked like, I was an electrician, like everything was like right here. I wasn't like, let me fix that wire over there, you know? Like I didn't have like robot claws.
Then did you
Yeah.
also go into detail about the surgery itself? Like, what did it
Yeah,
entail?
what are they cutting and lasering up?
So what I got was LASIK. There's LASIK or PRK is basically the thing. And
LASIK sounds way cooler.
with LASIK, it is cooler.
PRK
LASIK,
sounds like someone related to North Korea.
I was thinking of like a workout set. Do some PRK today.
with LASIK, basically they like laser the like outer flap of your eye, and then they peel them back,
Ew.
and then they reshape your cornea.
Ew.
Which I didn't know. I thought.
What is like realign it or?
No, they
No.
they laser it away. They reshape it.
So his eyes, from what I was told, were shaped like footballs.
My
and so-
corneas.
Yeah.
So they lasered off parts
And
of
they've
like
now
think,
made
like,
them spheres.
Think of an onion. They took off parts of those layers, and then they went, okay, we'll
Like
fix
Shrek.
this part. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
they
dude,
peel
I
it
was
back.
Shrek, but now I'm human Fiona.
Yeah, and like an epidermis, it heals itself, and then you're back to normal.
Oh, Fiona from the movie.
I was
Not
about to say, if you
yeah,
keep
yeah, from
shaving,
movies,
you just
like-
shaving is like
Yeah.
nothing.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
but-
You think like they
so
just
that's-
shoot lasers into your eyes and that's it.
So
No.
that's the thing with
Shaving it off.
PRK. Like they can't do LASIK if your cornea isn't fat enough, basically, because they're like they shave it away.
Oh, because
And
they like remove too much.
Right,
whittling
and,
wood.
and depending on your
Yeah.
prescription, the worse it is, or like the heavier it is, the more they need to shave away.
I guess like a crown. Like you need the tooth stub.
Right?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
they were like,
Yes.
they were like stability. They were like,
Yeah.
we can laser your eyeball, but if there's not enough left, it'll just be, it'll just go to shit. So like, in my
also
last
sounds bad.
consultation,
I wouldn't want-
they were like, they're like, your cornea looks like a good size, but your prescription fucking sucks. So like, we literally have to run the numbers to tell you whether we can do LASIK or not, because you might not have enough eyeball to do the surgery. And in which case, then they do PRK, which is essentially it's a different procedure, but they don't shave away your eye. And really, the only difference is recovery time. LASIK is like the newest technology with fucking laser beams, and the recovery is like I said, I can't see fully, but like my recovery was like a day. You know, like they don't bother. They're dry. That's it. They don't hurt. They're not sore. Whatever. With PRK, he's like it's a little more abrasive, so your recovery would be closer to like 2 weeks maybe. Of like not being able to drive or having like really strained eyes or whatever.
And then you like fumble your way to the fridge and you'd eat the wrong sandwich.
Oh.
yeah, you're like
The
you're-
moldy
yeah,
one.
you put the mayonnaise
and then
on
I pointed
instead
at
of
him
the
like,
mayo.
"Oh, fucking idiot, can't see shit." All right.
You know, the big worries of life.
But like
Sandwich in the
he
fridge.
did say, whether you do LASIK or PRK, result-wise, it's exactly like a year and a half down the road is exactly the same. There's no like better vision with either
Yeah.
one. It's basically just the recovery. But I was able to get LASIK, so I got that, and yeah, it's been fine. It's just like a million fucking drops. Today's finally a day where I can do like I cut out one of the prescription. He was like, you don't have to take this one anymore because one's an antibiotic.
Didn't they
to
like
prevent infection?
It was like one was like every 4 and one was every 2 hours, but they
Dude.
couldn't be at the same time,
Yep.
so you'd stagger by 50.
it was
Oh.
so
you
it
were like
was,
constantly
Damn.
dude,
Yes.
it was one 4 times a day,
milking 'em in.
every 4 hours, and then the other one was every 2 hours that you're awake. Like if you're sleeping, like you don't have to wake up to do it, but if you're awake every 2 hours, but then you should also space them like at least 15-20 minutes apart, so they have time to like soak in and they don't fuck with each other. And then on top of that, neither one of those, even though they're drops, like if anything, they dry you up more because it's like medication. And then on top of that, you need to fit in like lubricating drops whenever you can. So it's just like literally every fucking 2 seconds.
Well, you're
It's
saying
like putting
the
eye drops in
recovery
my
was
eye.
worse than the actual procedure, because the procedure is like for most people it's like a couple minutes. Michael was like 10 minutes, 15, if that.
Damn, that's
So-
it. Huh?
So how?
Yeah.
Why is your they like messed the blood vessel
blood
on one
vessel?
eye?
It's just this eye is just shitty.
I
So-
watched.
Yeah, so I guess like I had a blood vessel burst in my left eye as opposed to my right, so it looks more like.
I worked with a guy
Which
who
happens.
it was like at some party and he was eating a dessert that had a prize in it. It was like a coin. I don't know why.
As you do.
I don't know what the reason was
Alright.
behind this thing, but there was like
Mardi Gras?
shit in the food, and he choked on the coin,
Oh, fuck.
and it was like passing out, and people were like doing Heimlich on him. And he's like, ugh. And he burst the blood vessels on both sides of both eyes, so he had no white. It was just like red and his
Yeah.
irises, and it was
Yeah.
like the scariest look I've ever
sure.
seen. Because he was like working in retail with me, working in a
Yeah.
supermarket. So people were like, "Hey, where's the tomatoes?" And he'd be like, "What?" And they'd be like, "No,
Wow.
Jesus, like the devil." And it was
Back
crazy. It was
demon.
like not even messed up looking, just like all red,
Yeah,
just like
all red.
sheet red
I've
in
heard that's
every
what
white
happens
part.
with bends too. Is that wrong?
With the-
When
when
you
you
swim too
bends?
far? Yeah, you get the blood vessel burst.
I mean, if
from
I've learned
pressure.
anything from crime shows, that would be called petechial hemorrhaging.
Oh, is that for being strangled?
Shit,
Ryan?
run
Yeah.
a
Yes.
DNA
That's
test.
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
but apparently, yeah, like anything that's like straining, like choking shit, or like
your pop-up.
Yeah.
just your eye vessels are so small. that you
Dude, there had to be like a dude that went blind because he beta tested LASIK, right? Where they're just like, hey, we shaved off too much and your corneas just went
It just
flat.
fell to shit.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Steve
Right?
Lasik.
Yeah.
He was like,
It's- it's
I'm-
And they were like,
Like-
well, you know,
like,
those
so
are the
many-
numbers. You
so
don't go
many
past.
people-
Steve
The
Lasik
noses
did
just
himself
don't do that
first.
again.
He's like got a mirror.
I guess like so many
That's my
people, their first reaction, which I don't know, I guess kind of surprised me. I was like, because I know so many people have LASIK, but like so many people, when I talk about it, they were probably like, oh, I'm too scared to get it. Or, like, were you nervous when you got it? And I'm just like, no. And they're like, yeah, but it's like, it's your eyes. Like, you know, like they could fuck up, you could go blind or whatever. And I'm just like, I mean, you get shots, right? Like you could get a flu shot and be like, oops, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like I never really attributed it to like, yes, it's your eyes. Like I understand the stigma behind it, but I was never like, holy shit. Like, whoa, this is it, man. Like, this is the procedure. I'm just like, people get fucking killed in a car accident driving
Yeah.
to work every day. Like, I don't know. To me, I never really stopped to think about it long enough to actually be like worried that like something's happening to
I mean,
my
the
eyes.
benefits are
I mean,
colossal,
like-
and if you
Yeah.
if you compare it to something like you got all these kids bleeding out from a circumcision and stuff,
Right.
where it's like that doesn't actually do anything.
No, it's
Yeah.
totally.
And it's still like probably the same risk.
like,
of,
I
like,
was-
you
I
could
was-
botch that, and
I was
the kid
way
dies.
more
Religious
nervous and
connection or
concerned.
misconception about health is why that happens.
I was
At
way
least
more.
with LASIK, you get better vision,
Right.
of it, which
Yeah,
is
you're
so
right.
important.
I was way more like nervous and concerned about being in the fucking hospital when Lindsay was giving birth. You know what I mean? And that again, the flip side, people are like, it's fine. You know, it's like there's billions of people. People do it all the time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. And there's like, you know, all this kind of crazy doctors and you know, like fucking
Yeah.
medicine and procedures and all this shit. This was like, dude, it's nothing. Like it's a 20
like
minute,
you were saying, it's
20 minute
like-
procedure, dude.
Also-
It's the same as like not getting in a car because you already.
I
crashed.
literally didn't even think. I'm like, dude, I fucking fly in a goddamn plane. It's a metal tube that flies through the sky. You know, I do that.
really
Like,
heavy.
like,
In
it doesn't like.
defiance
I,
of God.
I look at the window and I go, well, we shouldn't be up here. You know, like I don't know. I just never got to that level. But like they said, like this particular, I'm sure it differs wherever you go. But this particular place I got it done, they were like, the morning of your procedure, you know, we go over everything and then we give you a Valium to like calm you down. Just
Never
in case
had
you
a
have
Valley.
any. I hadn't either. So like, just to like, you know, there's obvious like nervous, you know, people get nervous or, you know, just so they don't like have a panic attack or anything like that. It just calms you down. And then the day of, they were telling me about it and they're like, you know, a lot of people, they think like, oh, I'm taking a Valium, like, I'm going to feel it, but it's not that strong. They don't, you know, it's just kind of like a relaxer or whatever. I'm like, oh, yeah, take them. So I take them, and then, you know, we're still talking, like, waiting for them to take effect. And I'm just sitting there talking to the guy, and I go, yeah, I'll be honest, like, I'm messed up. Like I was fucking blasted from that. I was just like, dude, like, I can barely talk to you right now from these things. And
like
they're like,
the
oh,
same-
okay, like, well, we'll go be on the table. And Lindsay was there, like, I got up, and I had to be, like, held to get to the room. I was like, dude, I'm fucking high as shit.
I feel like they said the same thing when they took my wisdom teeth out. And they were like, oh, you won't go under, but you'll just have.
You'll be
You'll just
loopy.
feel a bit.
They
I
usually give
was
you-
dumb. I barely
not give you
remember the
Valium for that?
surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
Well,
when I
maybe.
had mine out, they
I-
gave me.
But I remember being in the chair, and then I was in bed at home. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? Wait, you said you didn't put me under? Because I didn't
No.
remember anything. And then there's that video
See,
of me in the car.
if
No
it was-
memory of that.
Yeah, like
Look, I
I
gotta-
wouldn't say I
I
have
get my
no
wisdom teeth
memory,
pulled.
but like we did, you know, and also so like she was on the other side of a glass basically, and they were like, oh, yeah, you can film it, you can take pictures, you can do whatever you want. It's like Lindsay literally set her phone up, hit record, and then was just like talking to like my
it's
my
fascinating. I
consultation
wanna
guy.
know the
That's
science
fine,
behind
but
it.
like
Yeah.
she was telling me about it. I'm like, yeah, I remember. You know, they put you in like a wheeled you're like laying on a stretcher basically, and they wheel you back and forth between two machines because one machine like lasers your flaps open, and the other one does
Actually does
yeah,
the-
the other one does the actual surgery.
Well, before even
so
that,
like I just
it
remember
creates
going
a bubble layer for which flap you need to remove, which is cool.
like I was just sliding back and forth, and I just whatever, and I remember leaving and going home and all that shit. And Lindsay was telling me about it the next day, and she goes, "Yeah, I filmed it. Like, if you want to see it." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." I looked at it, and I went, "That was 20 minutes." I was like, I felt like 5. Like I don't want to say I fell asleep because obviously I didn't.
'Cause your
but I
eyes
was
were
just
open,
like,
yeah.
well, they suction your eyes open. It's just like, that was the thing I remember them saying too ahead of time. They were like, with your
Dead
astigmatism,
Space.
the only thing is.
Clockwork Orange.
There will be like an issue as far as like suctioning your eye open. And as I was laying there like high out of my mind, it was like being abducted by aliens. Where I hear like, okay, get the tool in, and I'm like, you fucking putting a tool in? Like what?
Did your anus feel looser afterwards?
My anus was loose going in.
Once we got home and I had my way with him. Then
Yeah, back to the strap-on that she borrowed from you.
You
So
can't
it's
get
like,
LASIK
is
without
the
getting
term.
pegged. It's just they
Peg,
go
yep.
together.
But like,
LASIK is basic.
I just remember.
And you could see it coming.
The only thing I felt, honestly, like I really didn't feel the lasers
Never
at
see
all.
the
It was
pain.
the suction on like it's like to like keep my eyelid open.
No.
And I remember them going like, there was one guy that was doing it, and he would be like, and suction, and then the surgeon would go, nope, and he's like, okay, and suction, and he's like,
It didn't
no,
take.
do it again, and suction, and we go, that's good, and I was just like, oh fuck, it's good. Like that's like barely, and it's like look at these lights, and it's just like a bunch of like crazy again, like I'm being abducted.
Well, someone
like,
in the chat
it's like
was
all
like-
kinds of flashing lights and shit, and they're like, all you do the whole surgery is look at the lights, just keep looking at the lights. Although occasionally the lights are gonna disappear, just kind of look where they were. And I just remember at one point being like, fuck, they're just like those green lights. Imagine just looking at them and being like, okay, I'm looking, and all of a sudden they're gone, and you're like, oh,
I'm
fuck.
pretty sure they're still
I guess
there.
I'm looking over
That's
there.
when Pennywise takes your brain.
That's all
and
I remember.
sucks Your
That's
I
all
think
I
that's
remember.
one of the best things about being someone who was never into drugs, aside from the booze. But when you actually medically get put on drugs,
It was
it's
nuts,
super
dude.
cool.
I was like, dude, again, people that were like, no,
They created a
dude,
bunch of addicts.
it's a doctor.
Well, no,
dude.
it's- I don't want
It's
to do
like,
it on my
dude,
own.
I'm
I
getting
want
LASIK. Like, oh, you need
professionals.
it? You need the eye surgery? Like, no, I want to get high. I'm paying for it just to get the 2 Valiums.
It's a bit different, but I will say the best experience ever was mid-labor when they're like, "Here's your morphine drip." I'm like,
yeah,
have been on
Lindsay was like, "Ooh." That's why she wants
Is
more
there
kids.
an always on button on this
Yeah.
thing?
just keep it running, man.
Yeah, morphine's incredible. You just, well, because I was in pain. Like, you
Within
were.
reason.
The person who gives you morphine is the best person
Oh,
you've ever
absolutely.
met in the
Like,
world. I
hey,
wanted to marry
buddy.
her. Right there.
Well, even the worst for me was my first pregnancy. My first epidural didn't take, which happened both pregnancies, which sucked. First one didn't take.
Yeah,
I'm like,
fucked up spine.
damn it.
That's their scoliosis.
Yeah.
So they're
They were
like,
like,
God damn it,
We
get
can't
in
get
there.
a right entry point. So like Michael was just saying to people like, oh, suction isn't working. Apparently that happened with the anesthesiologist. He kept looking at Michael like,
I'd be like, epidural? Nope.
Yeah.
Epidural?
Well, it was like, see, you were where Lindsay
much.
was, and the doctor was behind her, and she's facing me. I'm like, this is gonna be fine. And I'm watching the doctor go, God damn.
Like a hammer and chisel.
Just like getting like mad, like watching him be like,
that sounds
like get frustrated. And
terrible.
so it's just like, how's it going? And I'm like, it's great. And he's like,
yes.
nope, need another one.
Have you
know,
seen
I'm just like,
Braveheart?
I'm
You
just
know they're
like,
ripping his guts out.
yeah,
That's how I
yeah.
felt. I was like, ugh.
yeah, it was brutal. But then literally Lindsay's like,
Yep.
Hey, it worked.
So I was like, yo, I can have 8 kids. Let's
Yeah.
go.
It was wild. It was like a nanosecond. It was just
It's funny when the people who you trust in medical profession, it's like they've done this 1,000 times. It's always interesting when they get flustered and annoyed.
Oh yeah.
Like for my green card thing, super basic. They just had to take a load of blood. They just had to take like 9 different vials of blood. So just like filling them all up.
a lot.
And I was like, man, this thing's been in my arm ages. And then like my vein just, I guess, stopped giving. So like one of the last ones, she was just like, and it was like first time I could feel like a doll like tugging on the inside. I was like, ooh, I don't think you're in the vein anymore. I don't think you're getting anything. And she was just like, "Ugh," and like nothing was coming into the tube. She was like, well, try the other one. And she pulled it out and it just went, and it just like went like all over the walls and like her shoulder. And she was like, ugh. And I was like, what? Because I guess the pressure that she built up.
She
Yeah.
made a
Yeah.
suction.
Yeah,
and
she
just
didn't
pulled it
like
out.
put it back in and then pull it out.
She can't put it back in.
Well,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
You know,
She gotta-
there's
You know,
the only way
don't do
is out.
that.
Yeah.
No,
back, don't
keep
go
it. Keep it.
Keep point.
Honestly, the
It was just funny. There's someone who was just like, yeah, run of the mill. Ah!
It's true. It's true. The craziest for me with the epidural was how quickly like the lower half of my body just stopped working. Whenever it finally took effect, it's like you're paralyzed from the waist down. You can't move your
crazy.
body. So I had to like move
sounds
myself in
scary.
bed. Like I don't know. I felt like a war victim or something. I was like, yeah, gonna have this baby. Gotta move myself over. Okay, can't move. Can't move. But yeah,
What experience.
it was intense. Yeah.
That is
Twice.
basically like LASIK. Like it's, I would say it's equivalent to childbirth.
You were fooling around.
Yeah, I did a pretty good job. Go me. I laid there. And
Yeah, well, someone in the
then I
chat
had to
was
put
like,
drops in my eyes.
Going
Did you
back
hear
and
that
forth.
part? Did you hear that part? 3 different
Yeah.
drops.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
you got
basically
time
the
on?
same thing.
someone in the chat
That's like
was talking about, they're
contractions.
I'm not gonna get LASIK because I'm scared of it, and it seems like it's gross lasering off your eye. I'm like, you won't feel shit. Michael just said like you're gone.
You have good
Again,
eyesight,
it's just
don't you?
like it's just
I
such a
do.
weird thing.
Yeah.
Where like again, you know, and if you want to put it in perspective, again, people were like, "Oh, are you like super nervous about it?" I'm like, "No, I just fucking went swimming with sharks." They weren't surgeons. They weren't like, "Okay, the shark. It's
But they
like
were
he's gonna
nurse
talk you through it and whatever." I'm like, "That's a fucking shark, and I'm in the ocean."
And it's like, if
Fuck
something goes
that.
wrong, we have Band-Aids.
This guy, my
Good.
surgeon's like,
They're
I did
Hello
like
Kitty.
4,000 last year. All right, see ya. And I'm just like, I want
Yeah.
that guy. I want the guy that's like, no biggie,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, when my first
got on
epidural,
lock.
when my
Got
first
on
epidural
lock.
didn't take, we got the head of anesthesiology at the hospital to come, and he was like, "Have you guys watched Parks and Rec or no?"
Nah.
Okay, have you?
It's been a while.
Okay, there's one doctor in Parks and Rec who's very monotone, flatline, like this is what's happening. Okay, that was him, and I was like, "Thank you so much, you're amazing." He was like, "Okay, bye, whatever, fuck off, I don't care."
he was like, it was like, he wasn't like rude, but it was almost like a house. Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
about it.
yeah,
I don't give a
exactly.
fuck.
All right.
And I
Like,
want that
oh
too.
man, that was amazing. What he was like, great. Like, no, I don't give a fuck. All right, see ya.
It's
Let's
desensitized.
end it.
Oh,
Done it a million times.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Post-show it?
Thanks for watching. And if you want to get LASIK, go get your eyes out. It's fine. They do like
Don't be afraid.
They do like 1 billion procedures a year. And here was my thought going in. Right, I'm like, not worried about it. Boop boop. Get fixed eyes. I'm gonna wear glasses. Something goes wrong, I'll fucking be rich.
You'll be blind and
That's
rich.
true.
I'll be blind and rich, and then I'll
You'll see
blindly
the
be
money.
like, my kids are going to college. Woo!
You'll be like this.
And,
Yeah, you know what I mean.
like
So it's like
Andrea Bocelli,
it's like win-win.
blind and rich.
if anything, take care of your phone. It could be more expensive than a car.
This is true.
It's true.
The value.
It's a better trade-in
Could be
for
a better
sure.
trade-in.
For sure.
I didn't know you
and
could trade 'em in.
don't
Cars or phones?
whatever you
Phones.
Okay.
do, please don't get a case.
Get a case. Get a case. Get a
Please, care about this planet. We don't need more rubber and plastics and
You can
boxes
recycle
and all
those.
these things.
Yeah.
Wrap your phone in another
recycling.
phone.
You know what's better than recycling? Just not
Don't
having
be a
it
fool.
at all.
Wrap
Tape-
your tool.
Tape your phone to your old phone. That's the case.
So bulky.
Oh.
Hey, Gavin, get your new phone out.
You gonna smack it?